Yo, what's up, folks, man? Heavy Ears Radio Show, man. This is Moose, aka Big House. We are live. At,
Cue the fire alarm.
Sticks, man.
Cue the fire trucks.
We're definitely live at Sticks at 361.
Indiana.
Yeah, man. Heavy Ears Radio Show. Hey, I tell you what, man. We got the one and the only it's L Jeezy and Baku.
Yes, thank you very much, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Wakanda for life. I'm good, man.
Wakanda for life, man. Hey, is it okay if I give you a half one?
Yeah, have Wakanda, man. You know what? It's still
It's still love?
Still love, yo.
All right.
Still love.
It's good to know.
All right, well, hey, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here, man. You're looking good, too.
Trying to hold
Is that the symbol on his shirt? What is that?
AJ Styles, man.
Nice. Is that something else you got going? Do I need to buy a shirt?
It's a wrestler, man.
Oh, okay.
Wrestling.
Yo,
I never need to buy a
as soon
shirt.
as D-Lo watch a Monday Night Raw, though, heel turn will premiere. As soon as he watched one episode,
I can never remember, bro.
Hey, man, speaking of...
It's on Mondays, right?
Speaking of D-Lo.
Yes.
D-Lo G, man. The one and only DJ Longgreen's in the house. What's going on, man?
What is happening, brother? Everything is good this way, man. It's been a productive week, and
Yes.
shit's just flowing, man. Only thing on my mind today, I'm wondering if Jeezy and Baku is going to give Donald Trump an all-access pass to Wakanda.
Hold on.
He can get in. Can he get in?
He and President Yi.
Oh, my
I
God.
still mess with Kanye, though. I still don't listen
Hey,
to
man,
music. I'm not going to stop.
So I tell you what, man, like today on the show, man, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Kanye. We're going to talk about Saturday Night Live. We're going to talk about Bill Cosby.
In jail.
We're going to talk about the...
without the band.
Right.
All right, my bad. All right.
Classic.
Yeah, impromptu. Hey, we're going to talk about the Me Too movement. Old girl was on again, like the leader of it.
Why was
I don't even understand. I mean, like, who was trying with her? Anyway, hey, man, speaking of Me Too.
Do you realize that Pepe Le Pew will be in jail, dog?
Oh, man.
Big time. Matter of fact, he can go to jail now.
Him Bugs Bunny.
he can go to jail now for
Tom,
shit he did in
remember
the
he was grabbing old girl and kissing her arm. He definitely going to jail.
I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
That was sexual assault, though.
Yeah, Catamia.
Come on, man.
Mwah, mwah.
Pepe Le Pew for sure.
Hey, man.
Foghorn, Longhorn.
Hey, man, I tell you what, man. We also got the lady in the house, man. That's man. I tell you what, man. It's Run EMC.
Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday. I'm so happy to see you because I didn't get to see anybody last Tuesday.
So who you
I just had to listen to Moose be awkward with his Twitter. It was weird. It's weird when you do it by yourself.
Yeah. So who you locking up,
Man,
Ron?
whatever, man.
What? Well, I mean, based on our last conversation, I guess it'd probably be D-Lo.
What is it?
Working
What's
like
happening?
a stripper in the club.
What's going on?
I said, who she locking up? You know, I mean, now we didn't give you. I mean, we back 13 years. Somebody in the 4th grade,
Yes.
Ew.
kindergarten, show you
Now it's
pee-pee.
weird.
Yes.
It's weird now.
Hey, hold on a second. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, it's so weird, man. Like, every dude's got to be a little bit nervous. Like,
Every dude.
and not.
Not from a rape kind of situation, but
But I mean, like, I kind of pressure. Let me put the
like
tip
this.
As
in.
guys, we have to experiment on someone.
every man has had a questionable encounter.
Yes.
Some type of you like, hold on, man. That like the way I said her, like that could be perceived.
But you know what it comes down to? I did something, and I didn't talk to her no more. Well, he and I did something. He never spoke to me again.
Yeah, you got a little.
It's questionable how he treats women. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, off one encounter for your whole life.
Off of one encounter, man.
But
Off of one encounter, dog.
even the Supreme Court dude, they bring up what he did and this
Hey,
dude
man, Kavanaugh.
High school and college.
Hey, pass it over,
the
man.
thing is, my bad. The thing is, man, he been a judge for how many years? Why is this coming up now, man? That's the only question.
Because he's going to be the main. Because he's getting a job
He's
that
gonna
never
hold the
goes
highest
away.
court.
But the thing is, that I'm pretty sure the job that he got right now.
Man, pass me that rag there. Would you?
I'm pretty sure that the job that he has right now
So you both
Ain't
your
re-
napkins
ain't really going
and
away.
then your fork.
Okay.
No, that's not true. Me, at
I'm
this
good.
point, at this
Yes.
point, he has to
Gucci.
fight. He has to fight because everything else goes. Imagine getting a job after this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're at the point now where, like, he's been working as a judge for how long? What, 20 years?
At least, yeah.
At least. So he has trial, sex case. He had put people in jail, let people go. All of this stuff. He's been doing it for 20 years.
Right.
Just because he wants to get a raise in a better position.
No, it's not a raise in a better position. It might be the best job you've ever had in your entire life.
So because
it might be the best job in the whole wide world.
Yeah, because you get it for life and all that stuff for life. Like, you got to die to get it. But what I'm saying is, this is going for that job now. What he did in high school,
right?
40, so it's like 30 years ago.
I mean, but let's be honest. A lot of his accusations are from when he was in college, so he was an adult.
No, I get I guess what I'm saying is, it was still 20, 30 years ago.
Is your beard real? I mean, it looks like you made it.
It's that black beard brigade.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, man.
I'm looking at your beard. I'm like, man, how come his beard looks like it's not? I mean, I'm sorry, I took a
he's good
turn, but I mean, holy cow, man! Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Hey, man, speaking of moose turn, man, it was good to see that everyone in the Heavy Hitters Radio Show Fantasy Football League is taking an L now.
Did you beat me?
I beat you last week.
No, you didn't.
No, he did. No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I beat Run.
He did beat me.
Which pisses me off because
Yeah,
I lost my very first game to Run, and I've been undefeated since.
Yeah, I lost my first game to Moose, and I've been undefeated since. I won by 2 points. Dude, my lineup was, first of all, I love my Bears, looking good, but Jordan Howard did nothing. He wasn't getting no touches.
I picked him too.
And he wasn't doing anything. Like, then Ben Roethlisberger did nothing. Then I had like 150 points on the bench.
I know.
You know who did nothing for me this week? Drew Brees.
Yeah, he did nothing. Yeah, it was Alvin Kamara.
I'm going to have to play Andy Dalton from here on out because he's doing much better.
Man. You know what? You scored a lot of points, big boy.
I did.
Are you going to accept my trade offer, Run, or not? You going to look at it?
No, I don't know how to do that.
Just look at the trade I sent you.
You scored
Where do I get there?
Lots of points, big fella.
I'm offering you. I believe I offered you.
Yeah, you still have points on.
I offered you. I wanted Ingram. You got Ingram right on the bench because he's suspended.
Maybe.
All right. Listen up, real quick.
I don't know.
We definitely don't want to talk about fantasy football, folks. If you're doing fantasy football, man, check it out. And by the way, we are deep in cuffing season. I don't know if you guys know that.
Ain't been cold enough
we always
yet, man.
talk about that, but it's cuffing season.
Sundress season is over, but
cuffing season started in October. In August. And so, like at this point, man, you really should be close to kind of making a decision on what you want to do. All right. So we just want to talk about that, man. Cuffing season, Heavy's radio show. Cuffing season is in full effect. All right,
but know what, man? With the Me Too movement, man, I'm not sure, baby.
You know what? Don't even cuff them. Hey, so let me ask you this. All right, Jeezy. So if we're not cuffing, what happens to those women that don't get cuffed over the break because of Me Too?
They I have no idea.
The conservative women who support Judge Kavanaugh have asked that same question. That's why they support Judge Kavanaugh, because they know that if this doesn't advance, it's going to change everything else. And
all right, man, I'm going to keep it
They understand that they want a man to hold them, to touch them, to make them feel like a woman. But I don't think you're allowed to say that in a liberal society. Make you feel like a woman.
That's what I'm saying. Right, it's liberal. The damn liberal.
And I'm going to tell you right now, old girl, don't forget what you was going to say. Yeah. But old girl that was with Bill Cosby, like the last one, she looks like Bruce Jenner anyway.
No, the thing is, man, she asked him for a roof. She asked for one, dog. Like, she asked, that was in his testimony. I gave her what she asked for, man. Like, she asked for one. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
all right. Tell me what you're going to tell me, though, about
No, I'm just saying, like, I just don't think that there's anybody attractive in the Me Too movement, man. I think the Me Too, I think the Me Too movement is, man, I think it's all the girls in high school that wasn't popular, that wasn't getting no attention, all banded together and then started their own little platform.
Because
they're not getting no attention.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you
it's kind of
right
like the dudes
who
ain't getting no sex. They started that little, you heard about that? It's like it's like this band of guys who can't get women.
It's not us too, though. It's us.
But no, but
We did us.
It started in Canada. It's like these group of guys. I can't think of the name of them. Where they saying that they can't get women.
The He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Yeah, they can't get laid.
Mm-hmm.
Can I support your theory?
I'm a proud member
recent
of He-Man
example.
Women Haters. Yeah.
I dig that. Speaking of not attractive women in the Me Too movement, I got to tell you, the prosecutor that was brought in for the Brett Kavanaugh trial, Rachel Mitchell. I hate to say it, but she looks like she probably wanted somebody to do that to her back in college. You know what I mean? Because nobody would.
But play this, man. I've been to Jeezy. I've had a rare life when it comes like my experience, my journey is a lot different than most. I mean, I was a C-level athlete. No, I was an A-level athlete at a C-level school, right? Maybe a D-level school. Let's be honest. Let's say it was not a big school. However, it was fun. But because you're in a certain position, you have a platform. Because you play you're an athlete, it comes with certain perks. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
So I've seen the benefits of being a man with a position, even though it was at a position at a small school, but it was completely irrelevant to the rest of the world. Like nobody gave a damn. But on that campus, I could do no wrong, man. I've seen it, and the girls was ready and willing. Ready and willing. Huh? So now all of a sudden,
and you know what? I would like to say that I was at that university and not a mainstay on the football team. However, a friend of mine died at the first break.
Wow.
And I did the eulogy at the convocation. You remember the convocation?
Yeah.
I did the eulogy at the convocation, and let me tell you something about doing the eulogy at the convocation. that opens up the coffers.
All eyes on you.
Oh, you feel me? Oh, listen.
And not to mention you on a platform on the stage.
Yes,
he has great things to say. He can speak well. He's dressed nice, and he's sad. He's sad about his friend.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, all of a sudden, oh man, he's so popular.
Yeah.
Because I saw him shed a tear.
Because they saw him shed a tear on a platform that the light was shining on him.
And someone needed to comfort him.
So
I need to comfort him. And you know what? I know you've been comforted, but can I comfort you
yeah.
too? Yeah, sure.
But that's what happens. Like that's been the history. So as Ron shakes her head,
I am shaking my head.
so
Because
Ron,
it happens for real.
there was no athlete when you was in your college years or high school years. There was not some person that you was like, oh my God, he can do whatever he wants to me when you saw him. You never had. That's a lie. Every woman see Brad Pitt or your guy's Brad Pitt, you have a guy.
Yes.
So that's part of it, right? Am I right? That's
right.
No, it absolutely comes down to what
Every
you say,
woman has
man.
seen a guy.
It depends on what the guy looks
my
like,
mom
the
was.
attraction level.
Be a single man and walk into a beauty shop. Watch what happens. You think you're in the barbershop.
No. So you walk in there by yourself, that's one thing. You walk in there with a long-haired, a curly-haired son or daughter, that is a whole new experience.
Oh, they own you. They own you. Oh, look at him.
No, you own them.
No, what I'm saying is women, they play this role, like they so like the victim role, but they are just as bad as men. Why do you think all these women sleeping with these students?
Not bad.
Just as thirsty.
Yes.
Yeah, as men.
And I'm not sure.
We're just more tactful with it.
Yeah, but it's the same.
Because I tell you what, explain that.
Yeah, wait, Ron.
Teach our neighbors how women are more tactful at what they do.
I mean, everybody's seen this post on Instagram.
Jeezy's showing everyone his butt.
Why are you sitting on the sink? Just send me a picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing?
No, sit on the seat.
All right, I want Ron to explain.
I think in general, women are just like a little bit more reserved, and
what year are you talking about?
I have never.
So you been on Instagram?
Now, maybe this is just the world I live in. I've never heard a woman catcall from her car at some dude walking across the street.
Are you serious?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I've never heard that. Anyhow, moving forward. No.
That has happened
I'm
to
not calling on you.
That has happened to young Jeezy.
Of course it did.
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure this happens to every guy at this thing. Some woman has called.
Has yelled out the window, "Hi!"
Yeah, that has happened, Ron.
Okay, moving forward, and I think in general, women are just like more quietly and secretively flirty. I mean, when we did that random game show, you guys all thought that I was into all the people, and I was into 0 of them.
We didn't care about that. We
I'm
just
just
wanted
throwing
to
it out there.
Listen, and by the way, I don't think you call
Women
the
are more
police on
tactful.
me. I heard that snide remark that out of everyone, you would have called the cops on me. Are you kidding me?
First of all,
we weren't even at work. We were already out.
I don't care.
See, that's why I talk to sisters, man, because sisters wouldn't tell on you for that.
Ooh. Now, folks, hey, Smooth saying Big House. So, hey, I'm the host of the Heaviest Radio Show. Is there a difference, group? And I want everyone's opinion. There's 3 opinions. Is there a difference between hollering at a sister and the definition of a sister D-Lo is?
I just didn't think that any of the comments that any of us made were worthy to call the cops on.
Hold on. A definition of a sister is
a black woman.
Bam. That you know what? You know.
Well, a lot of sisters ain't a part of the Me Too movement.
All right. She started it though. She started. All right. So guys,
but a lot of ain't part.
My original question was. So, is there a difference? Is there a difference between the sister and the Pilgrim woman? Jeezy.
In my experience, I done dated them all. There is no difference. Be honest.
I mean, I didn't think there was a difference. I like all women until I heard that it was even an option. Like when we were talking last week, the cops never came into play. But she's had a week to think about this, and now she wants to call the cops on what my game show answer was.
Yeah.
I think it's still.
A sister wouldn't tell. That's the difference.
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry. Say what again? Ron, what'd you say?
I think a week is still punctually.
We were already out. We were out with everybody else. I just wanted to kick it a little longer. I flirted with you. We had been drinking.
It was uncomfortable.
Both of us.
I think.
And when you say a week is out punctually, what's the reason that you're making that statement, Ron?
Because we were looking into the 13th Amendment. It says...
The 13th Amendment.
Yes. So I will tell you exactly what it says, but part of it is that you have to be duly convicted.
And real quick, while Ron looking up the 13 million, I want to comment on the difference real quick. I think...
Go for it.
The only difference between dating a Pilgrim woman and a sister is a sister, you'll know exactly where you stand immediately. With a Pilgrim chick, you there's still some doubt. Like, you're still not sure, like, can I take a swing or not? Like, are you just, like, normal friendly? Or are you hitting on me? Like, there's so much gray. Like a sister, you'll know if she into you or she not into you. Period.
Immediately.
The Pilgrim sister, you might be like, is she just friendly or she want to blow me? I'm confused. Like, I really don't know if I should take a swing.
It's always great when it's the latter.
Oh, yeah, okay, but you never know. You never know.
So the 13th Amendment of the United States says, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So we had a conversation. We didn't know what duly convicted meant. It means that it is in proper time or punctually. So there's some knowledge for you today.
So are you saying that if there is some sort of legal status, it has to be in proper time?
In proper time. I don't know what the definition of proper time is.
That's some legal jargon that we're not supposed to understand it.
Okay. Hey, listen to Heaviest Radio Show, man. We are outside of 361.
Indiana.
And I tell you what, there's like vegetables in the plate. There's these.
My whole plate is the same color.
Sliders. What is it called? Shrimp?
They're shrimp sliders, and they're delicious.
There are shrimp sliders out here and chicken wings, man.
For the black man.
If you're in Indianapolis and you want something to eat and it's late,
Come
or
here.
you're looking to do something, man, check out Sticks, which is at 361.
Indiana.
Yeah, that's where we are, man. And the heavy hitters do the shows here, but there's all kind of food here, man. These guys are grubbing.
And a bug just
food.
fell on our napkin.
Gross.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys sharing a napkin?
All right, folks,
Yes.
I'll tell you what heavy hitters,
I
man.
just got dripped on.
Hey,
The show
guys.
has become so much more intimate.
Hey, guys, Bill Cosby, man.
Okay, before we get into this, can I just say something?
Okay.
Go.
I've heard so many people lately say, well, why didn't this person come out and say it as soon as it happened? Blah, 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 blah. And so, I just want to say this, and it is not the case for all people. However, sometimes women do report it, and it is ignored, or they are made to feel like it is because of something they did, or said, or wore. And that is not okay. Now, I still think that it should be reported when it happens, but I've also never been in that position, so I can't speak to exactly what I would do. Bottom line is that a lot of times it is reported and it is not believed or not taken seriously or nothing is done about it.
At some point in the
Continue.
show, we're going to revisit last week's random game show.
It was 2 weeks ago.
So I got a
Still
question,
punctual.
guys. I mean, so if you're out there, you know, if men are out there and they are propositioning women, which the women want us to proposition them, does it become a time when you are out of bounds, and then that is what's going to hold you up for the next 30 years?
I mean, there's certainly things that's inappropriate, and you learn as you get older. But I think when you're young, like in Bill Cosby's situation, you know, I think that he was partying with a girl and had some drugs was involved, and I mean, something happened. You know, now all of a sudden, I think at the time he was like 60 some of the time, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's only you know, like 10 years ago.
So who was she to him? Do we even know that?
No, I don't think so. And I'll tell you what, man.
Why does that matter?
Big
So-
shout out,
whoa, whoa,
big
whoa.
shout out to Big Gates, man. You
Gates.
know what? He doesn't agree with Ron. You know, he's
Of course he doesn't. He never does.
Well, Ron, to answer your question, what does that have to do with it? Was she like somebody he just met at a club, or was they a friend? That matters.
Okay, but like, even if you're in a relationship with someone, or you could even be married to them, you can still be raped by that person, even if you're in a relationship with them. Yes.
What?
Yes.
I do not believe
It's-
in marital rape.
If someone tells
That's
you
ridiculous.
no, especially like if you're separated, no, you
Well, we're good guys.
just because you've
God.
had sex
Well-
with someone before does not mean that.
So
it
you know what you
just
need to do? You need to
automatically
kick them out
happens.
immediately.
Yes.
Like as soon as their attitude's bad,
Okay.
you gotta go home.
See, this is the problem.
No, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna tell you this, and this is Moose. Hey, Moose, and I you know what? I'm not even taking this stance a whole lot. However, the minute you got a bad attitude, you gotta get out of my house,
You gotta go.
because I'm not trying to wait. You know, in 2 weeks when you say, "Oh, well, I was mad at him." So the minute you got a bad attitude in my house, you need to go. Either decide yourself to go home, or as soon as I notice it, go home.
But see-
Because I'm not going to be going down like that.
But think about this though.
Is that messed up
No,
or not?
no, it's
No.
not. But look, here it is.
What I'm saying is, if she says no and you still force it,
All right,
that is
go
an
home.
issue.
But
Yeah, go
run,
on.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
run. 50 Shades of Grey came out. Every woman I know was like,
He
I
was
want a
hot.
man with a ran room. I want this.
He was hot.
Which was basically him taking whatever he wanted from her. That was like the movie that every woman has read the book, loved. It was all I want to be spanked, choke, beat, whatever the hell. I got I got a rape fantasy.
They like that choke thing.
How many guys have heard the rape fantasy? I just want somebody just grab me and take it. Like, what does that mean? Like, where's all that come from? Then when it happens, then you put a brother in jail. Like, wait a minute. Like, make up your mind. That's the whole point, man. The whole point I've been trying to say to y'all, I've been preaching for 4 years now. Stand by it. Stop falling for that happy wife, happy life crap, man. It's garbage. Happy man is the plan. Because they don't know what they want from week to week, bro. One minute they want to have a rape fantasy, next minute they put you in jail because they mad. I said no, but you told me like last week just to go ahead and take it. Yeah, but I meant it this time. What? But no, but we had a conversation. We text each other. No, but I was mad and I ain't want it then.
Right.
What? But you told me last week that, this.
I changed my mind.
I can have whenever I want to.
That's not always the case.
Oh, that is the case.
I'm sure it is the case. Hey, Big Gates, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. You know what? It was ignored because at some point it wasn't a big deal. Now it's at every facet of everything you do. So I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. At some point, if you piss off the woman that you with, she has the ability
to fuck your whole world
the avenue. Well, not even to mess it up, just to tell people, And so somebody come out and say, you know what, man, I was with X and he was wild. He did me this way and he did me this way.
He was a real creep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is that these days people pass judgment before they know the full story.
Because we in society, man, we have allowed women to say whatever they want to say, man, and we don't hold them to the fire. We never hold their feet to the fire. We just accept it as fact. How many people came out and said Bill Cosby raped them, and then they turned around and was like, nah, he really didn't? Remember all the women changed their story, was like, nah, that really didn't happen? Where these people at? Why are we not condemning them for lying on this man in the first place? That didn't happen. The Duke Lacrosse chick, remember her?
Woo.
Right.
Y'all don't even know her name. She lied. She lied on all them cats into their whole career. Nothing happened to her. Did she go to jail? Did she?
What is the punishment for lying on the stand?
There's no, not for women. There's no punishment.
So far, hasn't been anything.
A woman can lie on the stand in church,
so when you're
in your house, and won't nothing happen.
You're sworn to the truth, so you just have to deal with like moral repercussions.
No, men deal with real repercussions. Women, y'all deal with like nothing.
My question is, what is the repercussions for lying on the stand for anyone?
Here's what will happen.
Contempt. It's a contempt of court.
You guys need to look it up. You probably need
perjury.
To
It's perjury.
But here's what happens. So if the woman lies, the man is already on trial, right? And so all of a sudden they go, oh, he was released because she didn't tell the truth. And then they drop it. Like
nothing happened.
Like her face is not on there, that she's not telling the truth. Her likeness is not strewn all over the media.
No, she go about her day at work.
Over.
So here's what criminaldefenselawyer.com says.
All right.
A person convicted of perjury under federal law may face up to 5 years in prison and fines. The punishment for perjury under state law varies from state to state, but perjury is a felony and carries a possible prison sentence of at least 1 year plus fines and probation.
Yeah, and then I've never heard a woman get sentenced to a year or...
Never happened. I don't think so.
And Jesus speaking from experience, I was in court with my ex-wife. Clearly lying. We both on the oath. And she's clearly, she's lying, I'm producing all the facts. And I'm like, wait a minute, we can just lie in court? Like, if I do that, I'm getting jail. But, like, we're both under oath. So why is it she can say whatever she wants to say and nothing happens? Mm-hmm. Nothing happens, but it's cool. Me too. And then everybody wonder why are you so bitter? I get all the time when I post it on Facebook. Why are you bitter? Like, nah, man, y'all understand. Brother's been through stuff, man.
Been through it.
Been through it.
Hey, Heavy's radio show, man. It's Moosey at Big House. Hey, remember, you can catch us on Instagram, Heavy's radio show. You can also catch us on Facebook, Heavy's radio show. You can also catch us on Twitter at Heavy Hitters.
_.
I feel so much better doing it with the crew here. Hey, Jeezy. Where else can you carry?
Man, Apple Podcasts, man. We were working on our Spotify link and that iHeartRadio link.
I know we were on.
But there's any way you get your podcast from, man. Apple Podcasts is probably the best way. If you got an iPhone, if you got an Android, Stitcher Radio, or go to Spreaker.com. Any / independent radio, man. We're right there.
Yeah, apparently, we're on Mixcloud too.
Is that a podcast, Ritter? Mixcloud?
No, it's it. I found one of my mixes on there that I didn't post, and it was something I had posted to.
Somebody pirated your music already? you ain't made it to somebody bootleg you.
There it is.
You know, you made it.
Outstanding, man. Well, that's cool if we're on there. That'd be amazing. Hey, man, Everett's Radio Show. We're out here, man. We at Sticks at 361
Indiana.
And I tell you what, man, they have great food, man. They have Asian fusion food. So you can come here and get some rice with all the meats. That's the heavy hitters rice, man. The rice with all the meats. You can also get lamb chops, spring rolls, and what's the name of the one rolls you can get? What's raw?
Egg rolls.
Sushi. There you go.
Jeezy said an egg roll.
Everybody's laughing at me.
No, I'm laughing at Jeezy.
Yes.
Jeezy, we don't know because we don't eat that stuff.
Yes, you do.
I used to. I don't eat
sushi.
It's delicious.
Hey,
shrimp sliders are really good here.
I'm sorry, what is it?
The shrimp sliders.
What's your name?
My name is Run. EMC.
Are you the lady of the show?
I am the lady of the show for right now.
Yeah.
I do run the show.
I
run the world.
Yeah, right. For right
Girls.
now. Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Oh no, but you do a good job, bro. We pick on you. But
I try to hold my own. Some days I get really mad at you guys as human beings, not just.
You're gonna call the police on me.
I have a very.
He was so mad.
Men,
I'm pissed.
A lot of men. I think I'm gonna do a This Is Jeezy podcast one day. I'm just gonna go in on just like men are losing their footing, man.
No, you know what?
We are losing our footing, dog.
I seen that commercial where it's like our testosterone is different from our dad's testosterone.
We soft, man.
Grandpa's testosterone.
Why is your testosterone changing?
Because we don't.
We soft, man. We don't.
But
you don't hunt.
Oh my goodness,
we don't do the things that we
used to do. Can I play this real quick?
We don't. Guess what? Our jobs are changing. Like you do realize, like on leg day, when you do leg day, you produce more testosterone. So a lot of manual labor jobs require you to use your lower body from squatting and bending. We don't do those things no more.
Okay.
So you're not producing as much testosterone as you used to.
All right, I want everybody to listen to this, and I'm gonna put this by the phone. And my hope is that it plays. And oh my goodness, listen up. And Eli, wants
slavery
to listen.
didn't destroy the black family. Do you know that we were still getting married through slavery, jumping the broom in secret, even under punishment of death? We were married during Reconstruction. We were married during civil rights. When do you begin to see the rise of the single-parented black female household? 1970. After they killed Dr. King, the United States government said we must neutralize the black power base. And they determined that the black power base was the black family. It was independent black skilled men and women who financed King, financed Mr. Garvey, financed Mr. Muhammad, financed SNCC and CORE, the Freedom Riders in the sit-in movement. So they said, if we want to crush the black struggle, we got to crush the black family. So guess what they did in 1970? King dies in 68. In 1970, they came into the black communities and de-industrialized our city centers. In 1970, they started shutting down the factories. Remember, up until the 50s and 60s, you didn't need a college degree to get a decent job. Many of us got grandparents who worked in factories their whole life and lived better lives than we're living now with 2 and 3 degrees. They could work in their same neighborhood, and everybody worked for the factory. Good retirement, pension, benefits, medical. They started shutting down the factories in 1970, and then they went into the high schools and did what? Started deindustrializing the inner city high schools. Up until 1970, you could graduate from almost any school in New York certified as a plumber, certified as an electrician, certified as a carpenter, auto body, brick mason, a welder. They took all those programs out. These are the skills that pays the bills, gentlemen. As long as you have a skill, you can always feed your family. But if all you got is college degrees, you might end up in the unemployment line. Why? Because the skills that we learn in college are not necessarily marketable to other black people. I'm a psychologist. Ain't too many black people running around looking for a psychologist to reveal all the skeletons in their closet.
Yeah, you rather talk to a white
Exactly.
person.
So they started sending us to college instead of teaching us how to work with our hands. That was the 70s. That was the economic castration of the black male. Now let's go to 1980. The CIA comes in, cocaine import agency. They drop off crack. So now the unemployed black man, who has always been a breadwinner, Envy, even in slavery, we were always the breadwinner up until 1970. Now the crack comes. You got a decision. I can sell this crack and try to put some food on the table, or I can smoke it to deal with the fact that I'm no longer economically relevant to the black woman. And let's be clear, the decade of the 70s was the decade of making the black man economically irrelevant to the black woman. We're the only man in America who is out-earned and out-educated by our mates. No other woman in America out-earns and out-educates their mates. And this is not the black woman's problem. I want to be clear. This was systematically done to make us irrelevant to our families. Then the 1990s come, Bill Clinton crime bill. 3 strikes and you out. Mandatory minimum wages, the Bill Clinton crime bill. Now all those unemployed black men who got caught smoking crack or selling crack now being sent off to jail. And then they also give us the ADHD so that we could dope the kids up with the same medicine that sent the father to jail. Then the year 2000 come, George Bush hits us with the what? Faith-based initiative. He finds a loophole in federal law that allows you to finance churches. So now the mega churches and the medium-sized churches in the black community, Charlemagne, are being financed by the government. You think it's a coincidence, Envy, that you don't see no major churches involved in the miseducation movement? No major churches involved in the mass incarceration movement? No major churches involved in police genocide? No major churches involved in poverty? Where is the black church in 2017 when it comes to black people issues? They're missing in action because they're being paid by the government to stay out of the struggle. And that's why it's called faith-based initiative. Your pastor is the new FBI agent.
Wow.
Boom! Drop the mic.
Dr. Umar.
Hey, man.
Drop the mic. Now, Cat's gonna hate on what he's saying. People hate on him. Like, dude, like, no, it's facts, man.
You know what? It's Heavy's radio show, and you know we don't pull any punches. And you know it's cuffing season, and it's also Negro season. And it's a situation where we definitely understand that. You know what? There is lots of opportunities out there, and black folks are not getting the opportunity. There are lots of opportunities out there, and brown people. So that would be everybody else. The Asians, the Latinos, and what am I gonna call them? The Eastern Europeans, is that what they're, the Indians?
Yeah.
Right? All right. And so, you know, we know that some of them are good guys. Some of them are okay.
A lot of them are good. It's the few minority gets, it's the loud minority that gets all the attention.
All right.
But real quick, I had a situation where I went to a lady's house, this was yesterday, and it was in Plainfield. And when I say her house was immaculate, it was probably about, I don't know, maybe 7,000 square feet. I mean, it was probably about a $600,000 home. I mean, it was like amazing. So I go in there. She can't put 2 words together that make sense. Like, she's clearly, her husband's clearly the breadwinner, and she's just like, I can't even, like, her vernacular, like, nothing. So I'm having a conversation with her, and we just kind of talking while I'm putting her stuff together. And she was like, yeah, I've been married 50 years. And she's like, look what it got me. And she put her hands up like, look what it got me. I was like, man. I was like, yeah, he did pretty good. She's like, yeah, this is our first house. Your first house? She's like, yeah, we lived in trailers. My whole life, I lived in a trailer. I'm from Texas. We lived in a trailer. But then her husband, you know, started a cement company. I mean, doing concrete and cement, and pretty much blew up with what Dr. Umar was talking about, a skill with your hands, a skill to pay the bills. And all of a sudden, you know, they got, you know, trucks and rigs and all kinds of stuff doing cement and blacktop. And then her nephew is working for the father, which I did their house a couple of days prior. You know, and it's like they understand that, you know, I know Ron gets them when I say education and all that kind of stuff, but you need a skill. Most people need skills.
I agree.
A skill. Like my dad used to always say, I'm going to send you to welding school because if you know how to weld, you always get a job. You know, I don't necessarily think that's the case anymore.
No, if you can weld or solder.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I don't think it's not as. I guess underwater welding. I think that's always my dad said.
But solder. I mean, even if you can solder, which is putting together boards.
Tech board. Yeah. I mean, those are skills that used to be taught in high school.
But not now.
Not now.
No, you gotta go to college to get that.
Cause
boy, man, what was his name? D-Law
Umar.
Dr. Umar Johnson?
Yeah, Umar Johnson, man. I believe that he was onto something by putting that out there because, man, it's the case. Like, a lot of us grow up and all of a sudden we can't fix a lot of things that we used to fix. We can't put together a lot of things we used to put together because we don't have the skill anymore.
No.
And guess what we do? We aspire to go to college, to learn some sort of trade where he's absolutely right, where our people don't even ask for help. I can tell you that, that I'm a behavior specialist in my trade in my 40, and, I've had maybe 5 black families.
Yeah, and a lot of us, they don't even know.
In the last, year or so.
But could it be also a lot of them don't even know that there's programs available,
right?
Because they most people is ignorant to the fact of what you do. And number two is how they can even use it, who to talk to. Because if you're not a part of that network, right, you have no idea of what stuff even.
You know what's even more funny, man? And holy cow, I can't believe I'm going here, but. It's one of those things where there's been some families, moms or dads that talk to me, and I kind of tell them which avenue to go. They go down that avenue, and they don't feel comfortable going down the avenue because it wasn't me. It wasn't someone
that looked like you.
It wasn't someone that looked like them.
Yeah,
that could understand them. And then they came back to me and they go, "I'm not doing that because everybody made me feel bad. Everybody made me feel uncomfortable." Everybody made me feel like I wasn't a person.
Yeah, pride.
Except for you.
Except for you, yeah.
And I thought to myself, holy cow. I mean, I know there's black people that are doing the same business that I do that are along the way, but unfortunately, I don't have a supervisor that's kind of guiding what I say. I can say what I want because I work for myself. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, I have a contract with somebody. However, I can say what I want to say. And so
there they are.
I can give them the real, whereas they don't get it normally.
Right. Yeah, because when we deal with the public sector, I mean, you're dealing with
Henry's radio show, man. It's always something going down.
Yeah, right there too.
Yeah, Run called the cops on me.
No, that's a fire truck.
Elijah. Sir. What's up?
Damn.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Did you have to call everybody, Run?
I needed all the backup.
Got rescued.
I kind of want to go see what's happening.
There's not even smoke over there.
Yeah.
No, there's smoke here where we are on purpose.
Dropping
There's
that fire.
smoke over here. Hey,
But yeah, but you know what?
I'm sorry.
When you see me in that video, I watched it. And I've seen it before. I listen to Dr. Umar Johnson a lot of times. I watch a lot of the things that he put out there. And I think a lot of people, at this point, because he's been doing it for so long, his message and what he's saying, people start critiquing him as an individual, or his school that he's been trying to get started, or people saying that he's stealing money or whatever. They start critiquing him, and they get off topic or off message of what he's actually saying. Mm-hmm. But if you listen to what he's saying, he's really speaking the truth about things that as black people we need to do to better ourselves. But we're too busy looking at the messenger and not taking the message. That's essentially what it is. Holy smokes! I mean,
so they're evacuating this apartment complex, so maybe there's a real issue.
No. For this kind of response, you must have told them I was really big and really black.
I did say that.
I mean, is this really necessary?
Yeah.
3 fire trucks so far.
No, there's more coming. We're alive here. This is definitely Kilroy Jenkins. I am live
Run
here
that news.
on Vermont and Senate. And there, I tell you, there's like
the whole road is blocked.
I mean, they didn't call the whole ladder in here. I mean, it got to be at least.
Here's another one.
Holy smokes, they're earning their money. Holy damn.
Wow.
Every cop, every fire
He's
truck,
fast.
every fire truck in Indianapolis is out here, I tell
You have
you.
to stop at the red light, sir. You're a fire truck.
I mean, holy smoke. We got
He's going
1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 fire trucks, a rescue truck. Oh my God. This is definitely Leroy Jenkins from giving it to you live from Vermont and Senate.
I hear more.
Yes, in the faint distance.
And now the police is coming.
Well,
I want to know why this fire truck's not over there with all the action.
Well, no, he's blocking the street off.
He's not, though.
He's blocking so you can't turn left. It's here and turn right.
you can turn either way, but
You can't.
Correct.
If you come from this way, you can't go right.
That is correct. I mean, you could go around him if you were an asshole.
Then you get pulled
But-
over.
That's an 8-point ticket. That's
Well-
one cop sitting right there.
Oh, yes, there is a police
This
officer
is
right
crazy.
there.
We have breaking news
Yes.
live
Here we
on
are.
the heavy hitters.
We're just reporting on the fire.
I'm going to get some news. Hey, folks, this is Moose at Big House, man. You know, the squad's here.
You can't
I'm
get
out.
anywhere.
Yeah, yes, I can.
You gotta go around.
I can go around that.
Yeah,
And there, look, everybody's pulling out.
Look,
I swear.
nothing. All that for nothing.
That's crazy.
Someone was probably
I
cooking and
tell
set
you
off their
what,
smoke
man.
detector.
Hey,
What just happened, yo?
I don't know.
if you haven't seen it, man, check out The Punisher.
Now, you like so far
I
behind.
don't care. It's great. It's
The
great.
Punisher's off the chain. The Punisher might be the best
It was
one.
amazing.
The
Yeah.
Punisher.
I just finished all of Last Chance You, and I'm distraught over
It's
it. so.
amazing.
Oh, the Punisher.
No, I'm just Last Chance You.
You should
Oh,
probably
last-
go,
other
you
shit,
should
last-
go to The Punisher. Hey, so anyway, it's Moose, man, and you know, if you're looking for a Bruise and Reviews, I give The Punisher 0. Is that like a
That's an extra long fire truck.
you know what it must have been like? The police chief must have been like, I got him, boom, and let's see how long they get here. It's like a test, and then it's over with. Look, everybody's done.
Cost about $1,500.
yeah.
It didn't cost that much. They working anyway.
Don't
You know
talk
what I
about whoever hit that button.
mean? Yeah, no, whether it's a fire or not, all these guys are already working. They don't cost them nothing extra. Matter of fact, he probably was like, we ain't had no action in a while. Let's
We're
just fire
bored.
up everybody.
I mean,
Hey, folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. I tell you what, man, it's my pleasure to be on the boards, man, with the one, the only LGZ and Baku, man. He's my man. He's the one that started this whole thing. So I appreciate that. You know what, man? We got D-Lo G, man. He, you know what? He came in. He's down, and you don't get that very often. Somebody that's down for the call, so we appreciate that. And then, and I tell you what, man, the First Lady currently.
right, today.
You know what I'm
Next week it might be something different.
saying? The First Lady.
Whatever, I'll own all the rights to Heavy Hitters.
The First Lady. The First Lady.
She probably wanna write something
What's your
down.
name? No, I'm sorry.
All of it's on the air.
Run, EMC, man.
Right.
Hey, we definitely
She's the only one
appreciate
that
her,
wrote
too.
that got legal papers written up. Yeah. we doing this for
All
the
of you
love.
signed it, you just
Right,
don't
we
know.
doing this for the love, and she over here like, no, I own all the physical property.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
No, next
All of a sudden, next week, we're like, I'm not on the show anymore.
wrong. Next week will be like shit. Yeah, this is Run, and these are the heavy hitters.
It'll be different dudes.
Right.
It'll be like, hey, I'm Mouse.
Right.
I'm Mouse.
Mouse can't be a heavy hitter.
I'm the host.
Right.
I'm the
Right.
host, and this is
Jeezy. Jeezy.
Jiki Mbiku. Yeah, I'm the star of the
Right.
show, and this is the one, the only EG,
Elo G.
Elo G.
AKA MC Long Green.
Right.
I'm on there.
MC. Right.
Yeah, right. It'd be her. And she's like, and I'm the only one, the only run. MC. Indiana. Indiana.
Right.
Nobody knows anything else.
All intellectual properties. Our rights to this portion of Heavy Hitters was brought to you by will not be recommitted or used by anybody other than Run the MC.
Do you guys remember how we practiced this? At Heavy Hitters.
Right. Everybody's like,
Get a little better on the
oh,
timing,
man.
but
I'll make I'll make signs. Cue cards.
Big cue cards, right? It'd be like, well, and people like texting in, "Where's Moose in there?"
They're
Right.
sick.
Run like I'm basic.
I haven't seen them.
I don't make anything.
I don't make anything. I just make it better. Not really, though. All right, folks, I'm out, man. Y'all enjoy, man.
All right, peace.
Moose.
For shizzle. Outstanding. Outstanding. Y'all be easy, man.
Right back at you.
Peace.
So we got some money coming, Ron?
I must.
I didn't tell
It's been itching for like a week.
You put the lottery on that.
Man, I hope so.
Our conversation. Have a good time.
Nice.
Put a lottery on that. I mean, when your palm itches, that means you got money coming.
Your left one. Your right one means you're going to meet somebody new.
Which
Which
one was
Well, maybe y'all should be worried.
Oh.
Look, I'm getting heavy hitters money and meeting new people.
Hey.
I'm kidding.
Ain't that a pineapple?
So.
Yes. How was your? I didn't get to see you guys last week.
I was busy.
Me too.
Yeah. It was
How were you?
sudden last week.
I mean, I got to see you guys a lot.
Because the thing is, I was so anxious to come see you last week, based off them fantasy numbers I put up. I was so anxious. Like, where's Ron? Where's she at? Where's she at?
That's how I felt about Moose this week and giving him his first loss of the season, man. I couldn't wait to bring it up at some point.
Real quick, you ever see somebody's fantasy team and wonder like what kind of league they in? Like how you get all these good players on one team? Like there's one of my boys. He took a screenshot of his team. He has like Patrick Mahomes as his quarterback. Then he has Jordan Howard. He has Tariq Hill. He has his tight end is Tyler.
Eifert.
Not Eifert, from Kansas City.
Kelsey. Travis Kelsey.
Brandon Cooks. It's almost like, dude, like, what league are you in? We get all these players, man. Like, what is it, a 5-man league?
A 4-team league.
A 4-team league? Like, there is no way.
Seriously.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
like, I know ours. After a while, you got to shoot in the dark. Like, what we got? Ridley from Atlanta. I don't know who picked him up. They got a steal. Calvin Ridley, is that his name?
I don't know.
For the Falcons, he had 6 touchdowns in like two games.
That's crazy.
You know?
Hey, man, before we get too far into the show, man, we lost Moose, but we did pick up my man,
Lil Bougie.
Little bougie.
What's happening, Lil Bougie?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. Good to see you, bro. Congrats to you and the bros, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. See y'all
Incorporated!
number 1 in the Circle City Classic Parade, man.
How I go?
Just doing.
Oh! 6!
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
I mean,
You're not.
I say
That's
06.
almost right.
I mean, he wasn't going to Little bougie. I mean, you know, I thought you give it a shot.
Yeah, he was just saying it was 9:06, ladies and gentlemen.
Bam.
I didn't do any hands gestures and all that because I don't know any.
Okay.
That's called a pregnant pause, huh? I thought you had some boys. So we're in Circle City. It was last weekend, this weekend? Was it 2 weekends ago? I don't know.
I guess it was about 10 days ago, maybe.
Supposed to be this week, but I'll
Yeah.
leave that alone.
I thought it was because
Unpredictable weather.
usually how it falls is like it's like Circle City, and then it's like my homecoming. Like it always falls. You know, Central State homecoming is like coming up.
Yeah, it's that time of year, man.
You know,
It's that time of year.
yeah, it's the educational system, man.
Home
Whatever.
system is upon us.
You know it's a joke,
Whatever
right? You know
you
it's a
say.
sham.
Whatever you say.
So I had a conversation. Speaking of, I had a conversation
Lord.
with somebody about this fact. We were talking about education. I said, you know what? One of my good friends, she's a teacher, and we had these debates all the time. And we were talking about pay because she's a teacher. And I was like, well, what do you feel is fair compensation for a teacher? I think she was right on line with what you said, like $60,000 a year.
Okay.
Isn't that what you said, like $60,000?
Yes.
Yeah. She was right on par with that. And I was like, okay, for that $60,000, there has to be incentives in that
what?
$60,000. Like,
You get a free account at the Teachers Credit Union.
like,
Wow.
like number one,
Students can't.
like I need students to be able to perform at a certain rate or a certain task.
Okay, that's already in our evaluation.
You know, but it has to be higher than that. Because obviously, but there has to be more too. Because
Higher
obviously,
than passing the state test?
yeah, there'll be more than that.
Okay.
Across the board. I mean, because obviously certain students excel based on the school system. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Inner city schools seem to be behind, which I don't understand how. Maybe because
I think so. I think there's a couple of reasons for that. Would you like to know them?
Yeah. Well, I'll see mine. And you tell me if I'm on the right track. I think the inner city students learn differently than suburban students.
Yes.
I think most inner city kids learn by doing, listening, or visual, as opposed to reading in a book and then supposed to regurgitate what they read.
I would not even say listening, but go ahead.
I
don't think they learn by listening.
I think black kids are more kinetic. Is it kinetic? Is
Yes.
there more kinetic learners? I know me. I learn I do stuff every day, and I ain't read a book, but I can look at it, see you do it one time, like, oh, that's easy. Just take that right there, put it right there, and that's how it works. And then, bam, I didn't install something because I just learned how to put this plug with this line here, this one go with that one here, and then there it is.
Yes, I think too, it's very hard for urban school districts to recruit and retain quality teachers because it's a different type of student that you're servicing. And so absolutely. it's some people, that's their niche. Others makes them want to cry every single day. Also, urban students are generally more transient, and so that hurts their education as well.
What do you mean, like come from different places?
No, like they move around a lot.
Yeah, like nomads.
Which is just, it's hard because then you have the social aspect of school when you're at a new school with a new class and a new teacher and trying to find your fit. And then if you do that multiple times every year that you're in school, it's a hindrance.
So how would you correct that?
I think the first thing that needs to happen is that quality teachers need to be recruited and retained now. I'm not exactly sure the answer to how to do that other than
pay them.
I do think you need to pay them. Teachers need to be compensated for what they do.
How much?
Think too.
So where does money come from?
What can I finish this part and then we'll get into all of that.
Okay.
I think too though, so I have been in urban communities and I have been in not urban communities, and so in urban communities you're responsible for everything. Like I got $100 to start my classroom and I had to provide my own copy paper. So I spent $100 on copy paper that hopefully lasted me the year. I bought supplies for the kids, I bought snacks for the kids because those were basic needs that needed to be met in order to make it through the school day. And so those little things really add up. So then when you go somewhere else and you realize, I get $200 to start my classroom and I don't have to buy my own paper or my own supplies and I don't have to buy snack, that's very different. And so if you know that that's out there and then you don't get it, it makes you kind of resentful.
Yeah.
As an urban educator.
Well, I'll say this as somebody who went to school in the Gary public school system. When I got to college, there were certain things they was talking about that I had never seen before a day in my life. I was supposed to know,
right?
Because apparently that's what they're supposed to teach. But when I got to college, it was like, yeah, you should know this. I'm like, yeah, I've never seen this a day in my life.
Well, and I think too, when teachers don't feel valued. So in a lot of urban districts, if you look at their population of teachers, it's there's a whole lot of teachers that have 5 or less years of experience. And a whole lot of teachers that have 20 or plus, but that middle is not there because teachers will leave. So either you're there and you get out, or you just stay forever. And so if you're there and you get out, you have your eyes on another prize. If you're there forever, you're probably bitter and mad and you don't want to be there anymore. And so you're just like a grouchy teacher, or you're not the best teacher that you could be. And so things do fall through the cracks. But you also can't teach. So the other problem I think with urban education is that a lot of teachers teach whole group, and so the whole class is expected to learn the same thing in the same way at the same time, and that's ridiculous and impossible.
Yeah, we had the discussion.
So,
did you expect me to learn how you?
So then, if half your class isn't ready for that information that you might have been ready for before you went to college, if it's not taught because the whole class isn't ready for it, then that's a disservice.
But
it is hard to teach in small groups when there are behavior issues.
Yeah, but behavior issues. I think when it comes to behavior issues, I think a lot of it is because I know when I was coming up, did we have a couple students that would talk loud in class and make noise? But no, yeah, we did.
Were they black?
Yeah, but it was all black. I ain't seen a white kid until I was probably in high school.
Oh my gosh, you are me. We're just opposite.
But the thing is, what's crazy is when I was going to school, teachers had the power to put them hands on you. So a lot of that acting the fool, clowning around was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, but know what? Come see me. Sitting from the class, you get them swats. You are less likely to act the fool if there's pain or physical punishment involved with it. But what happened was once you take that out of the school, there's no threat. There's no physical threat. Because, I mean, we all know most boys, you have to physically threaten them for them to pay attention. If there's no physical threat or no point we don't get physical with this, then I could run amok over your whole situation because you ain't going to touch me. The principal ain't going to touch me. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to me.
And then my parents maybe not are going to do it.
They're going to come up there and defend it.
They're going to defend it. Or my parents.
The teacher will be wrong.
Or the parents can't touch me. So nobody can touch this kid. Nobody can put hands on the kid. So now he's like, well, and once they learn that, they're going to do whatever they want to do. Whereas me, I act up. My mom said, no, hey, you have the right to spank him. And then when he come home, I'm going to get a spanking. Then my dad come home, so I'm getting 3 spankings. So it's like, you know what? Acting up really ain't that important.
Don't get caught or make sure it's worth it.
Oh, let's make sure it's worth it because I'm going to get it 3 times from my teacher, my mom, and then when my dad get home because he's tired from working all day. And I'm sitting there cutting the food.
Deal with your ass.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, I think you probably dealt with the same thing. We were around the same age. No so we all dealt with the same thing. But it's our generation. It's our fault because we was treated that way. It was like, I ain't gonna do it to my kids. So what do? We start laxing the rules.
Everybody's soft now.
Because it's really our fault. I mean, Generation X, we did this. We created this monster.
Well,
it's hard to put the milk back in the bucket. It's over.
I will say too, like I think a big issue, especially in urban education, is the disconnect between white teachers and black students. Because if you're a white teacher and you're not educated in some facet of the black culture, then when a black student talks kind of loudly and sounds like they have an attitude, then, well, they're disrespectful to me when maybe that's just how they talk.
Did you take a workshop to learn how to interact with black children?
No.
You know what's crazy?
Well, yes, it was called student teaching in Indianapolis Public Schools. I said, oh, dear God, they're going to eat me alive. I was so scared.
But then you learn when you give it right back to their ass, they respect you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk to them crazy, you talk to them crazy right back. Oh,
yes.
Oh, she cool.
Yes.
Don't mess
I've always been the cool one because that's what I do.
But when you be like, oh my God, they know they got you. Like, you know, I mean, but we it's 2 different ways of learning, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but the school system only set it up for one way and it's usually not designed for us. So then we just fall behind. But then
I will say, I thought of you today because I got new books for my classroom. I meant to send you this picture and I never did. So sorry about that. You can know right now. I did get this book, The Untold Story of the Black Regiment of the Revolutionary War. So, who's getting schooled in actual American history this year?
The students.
My children.
Congrats, man. They.
Also, if you're an educator listening and you are part of the union, you can join me on...
I guarantee somebody mom, you get an email.
I don't care. You can join me at the Rising Educators Conference where we'll be talking about culturally responsive teaching and examining racial biases. So,
nice.
Come join me.
And I got a little bougie. I want to ask him this question.
Yes,
do you think in the black neighborhoods we need to have more black police officers? Police and black people?
I think it helps. Because you have your authority figure that looks like you, it's kind of like with the teacher situation,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of, okay, that's what people look like in my family, you approach them, but then if you always see, somebody that does not look like you and they're authority over you, I mean, over years, it's going to be a little bit of resentment under that,
Mm-hmm.
and then, now with all the blue hatred going across everything, every cop's killing everybody, then, you start off, even though that's the person, if something happens, that's the person you're going to call. You calling somebody you hate. So, I do believe that,
Because the reason why I put it out there...
That neighborhood policing thing, I believe, is important.
Yeah. Because I guess the city of Lawrence, they're having problems recruiting police officers for that area. So I know they was trying to get approval to put out ads, on the north side and the west side to get people to come police on the east side of town, because they just don't have the enough applicants from that neighborhood to come police. And I'm like, man, that opened up another problem because now you're getting people from Carmel.
Yeah.
They come working on the east side, on posts.
I mean, Carmel might not even be your worst problem in terms of recruitment. There's a billboard on the east side for the Seattle Police Department recruiting officers here. So, I mean, if you've got people in the state of Washington recruiting officers in Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that there aren't billboards recruiting officers?
Oh, of course there is.
From a lot of rural states, you know, that
they have no idea about how things are.
I have no idea about
because the whole point. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't cops stand for citizens on patrol?
I think that was Police Academy.
It sounded good then, but it's supposed to be the people in your neighborhood protecting your neighborhood.
Yeah.
From the neighborhood. But we have this, so you know this corner store, you know Mr. Shop, Mr. Child Shop, you know all the neighbors, you know them.
Yeah.
So when it comes to policing, you know who you're dealing with.
Walking and beat. That's what walking and beat. That's why it works so well wherever it's still done.
You know what I'm saying? So you get to see the people in your neighborhood, they know you. Like we used to have officer friendlies, always come to the school and kind of, interact with the students. So you knew when you seen officer friendly out and about, you're like, oh, they're officer friendly. You know what I mean? Like you knew that. Now it's like you don't have that connection with the cops. So now all of a sudden there's a disconnect. Because now I got cops coming from like D-Lo said, from Seattle, Washington. Don't know nothing about the East Side, don't know nothing about 21st and Post. You know what I'm saying? Now all they know is what happens in Seattle. And now they come in here and trying to police, and it's like, no, you don't know how we do things out here. And New Orleans is going through that right now. New Orleans having a huge problem because now that they gentrified New Orleans, a lot of people from other places are moving to the French Quarters, and now they don't understand that the French Quarters, Mardi Gras, and all that kind of stuff, and parades. A parade can happen right now in New Orleans. They just start up a parade and start a second line, and it'd be a whole deal. Well, now they got people moving in from out of town. It's calling the cops, coming up with ordinance, noise ordinance, all this kind of stuff. That's like going against.
Why did you move there?
Exactly.
Doesn't everybody know that?
But the thing is, what happens is when you move into this neighborhood, like, we got Podcast Patty who rent an apartment across the street from a lounge and to be quiet. But they want certain things done a certain way. Everybody wants the culture until it's in your front yard.
Right, and that's when privilege starts to change the culture.
Wow.
It takes a lot of the flavor out of people being people.
Yeah, so if you ever go to New Orleans, talk to the locals. A lot of people are a lot of the locals are upset at certain things starting their city. Like they're afraid that in 10 years you won't even recognize the city. Like they already talking about like this last Mardi Gras I went to. They already talked about might be the last one.
How can you stop Mardi Gras?
Oh, trust me, you get enough pilgrims in place. They can put a damper. They can put a wet noodle on it, or confine it to like 2 blocks. Because like Mardi Gras starts from like
city.
The whole other side go all. It's like a 20-mile deal with a parade to just go all through the whole city. But somebody in your neighborhood like, I don't want that coming through my street. You get enough of them, sign a petition, or somebody actually read. We don't read the ordinance. They read it, was like, yeah, it says right here that this been anybody follow it for 100 years, but it's on the books.
And if there are enough of you that are financial assets to that area,
yeah, of course they gonna listen to that. Of course,
your impact will be much faster than most folks.
You mean I can't come to your house and start moving your furniture around?
Right.
I like it this way.
Yeah, I like it this way. That's exactly what
it's
they're
a
gonna
nice
do.
neighborhood, but we should be over here.
We should be over this way. So that's
it's interesting.
That's kind of what's going on in New Orleans, just in general. Like here, like I didn't know it was a program, Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah.
And
build a house every year.
And it was one lady I did her apartment, her house today. I'm looking at it, I'm like, holy smokes. She was like, yeah, I got this for Habitat for Humanity. I had to go through, I had to build it. I had to help so many hours and all this kind of that. I'm like, and it's one of them nice East Side houses. Like, it's right off 25th and, what was that? Drew James? What's the street?
Oh, Andrew J. Brown.
Yeah, Brown. Yeah, it's right over there. Nice, that's becoming the new Fountain Square.
Yeah.
Because what happens is people see them houses and they big, man. Them houses like 4,000 square feet.
Some of them, I built 3 or 4 of them over here, and it's crazy how you build it in a day, build up all the walls, kind of put it together, take pictures, take it apart, go take it to the site where they pour the slab, snap it together. It's amazing.
Huh.
That's crazy.
Like for a day of giving, yeah, I've been on 3 or 4 builds.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I heard they make you like credit classes and all that kind of stuff to get on the list. Yeah, it's like she said you got to fit financially. That you got a financial, Yeah, it's
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm still, I can't get over this. If you, well, I have two questions. If you are going to live in New Orleans, and everyone around the entire world knows that Mardi Gras happens, and you don't want Mardi Gras in your front yard, why do you live on the parade route? I don't understand.
Because you got a house.
Because you are such a dick that you're going to change it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, you get a big house because the French Quarters have humongous houses.
I only see pictures, but yes.
I mean, they have humongous houses, and at the time, you get it for like pennies on the dollar after Katrina. I mean, you get all that land down there for like no money at all. So people go down there. It's a beautiful area. Beautiful if you like that whole old school kind of vibe and feel. It's a beautiful area. So people go down there, build. I mean, I'm talking about immaculate houses down there. They building out there. So it's like if I pay $1 million, $2 million for a house, I don't want people walking to my front yard. So I'm gonna do something about it.
Okay, so here's
the same with Oakland. Oakland is going through this. Oakland is another place that's going through the same thing where Oakland, the people from San Francisco, crossing the bridge because San Francisco is priced so high that they're now starting to migrate to Oakland. So now Oakland prices are starting to shoot up. With the people of Oakland like, well, wait a minute, I've been here, 40 years. I've been in here, but now all of a sudden I can't even afford to move. I can't afford to sell my house. I can't afford my taxes going up. All this kind of stuff because the taxes are going up because they're starting to police more. Now you start seeing more police presence because now they move into your neighborhood. So, all these empty buildings, they buying them all up, turn them into condos. And
so that perfectly leads into my next question, which is maybe an ignorant pilgrim question. But, like, where do people go that live in the neighborhoods that get gentrified? Like,
Mama house.
Or they move out.
There's the heavy
but, like, out to where?
To suburbs. Move out to the suburbs. They move out, and then the pilgrims move in. Before
okay.
Cycle.
It's a cycle. It used to be we was downtown. No, we was out town. Then we moved downtown, and they moved uptown. And then now, all of a sudden, everybody moving back downtown, and we move uptown. So now downtown. Indianapolis is like a popular spot. You can't find nothing less than four.
Before, my time growing up, it was a very black neighborhood. Everything east of Pennsylvania was all neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't hardly catch a pilgrim walking around the areas leading into downtown. But now, oh man, they're everywhere. You see very few black folks living in those areas.
Yeah, but it's
Great place.
Fall Creek Place, they out in
the edge of old Dodge City.
Yeah.
But see, the thing that's kind of unfortunate is that we kind of allowed our neighborhood to be turned into something less desirable. Like, we ran it down so much that they was able to buy things on. I mean, you can go on that Indy Land Bank and you can see houses for like $2,000, $250,000. I mean, they all ran down and beat down. But you can find them, fix them up. People they buying them, for pennies on the dollar, fix them up. Now they charge them $700, $400. Put some fancy windows on the front.
Yeah.
$400,000, $500. I'm like, but I'm living next to somebody who paid. I'm living next to a house. Huh?
Moose, there's a juicer. Did you guys listen last week?
Oh yeah, we're talking about the people who
juicers.
Yeah, that's a cool hustle.
His truck is full.
They must get paid pretty good money to charge them up.
But they have to bring them back downtown before like 7 a.m. or something.
Like
Still,
$5, and if it's like in a hood, it's like $9 each one.
Or if it's like harder to get to.
Like
if you have to park and walk down to the canal or whatever.
One?
If it's in certain areas.
$5 for each one?
You get $5 for each one if it's in hard to reach.
So pick it up, take it to your house, and charge it.
Yeah.
Holy, that's all nice. That's a couple $100 a night.
A friend of mine's son's doing it. He starts about 9 o'clock, goes out, gets them, charges them at the house, gets up in the morning for school, puts them out.
Makes a ton of sense.
A couple $100 in your pocket.
It's the new paper route.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Interesting.
That's crazy.
He's just piling them in there,
a
too.
lot. I know, I feel like he's out of space.
Nah, he's going to make that shake.
Interesting.
So it's like scrapping.
Yep. And they were saying there's tricks to it. Like, you get some that's like some of them they don't pick up because they still have too much of a charge on. But you pick up the ones that just need a little bit of charging. I got, half hour, 45 minutes of charging, you make it back.
Yeah.
Versus the ones that are ran all the way down, you got to
You
run
get
them for 3 or
$5
4
no
hours.
matter how long
You
it
get $5
charges.
no matter what.
So I wonder what it does to your electric bill.
Yeah.
So the juicer last week said that it only had gone up a couple dollars.
Nice.
Yeah, because I can imagine the batteries being that big on those things if you power them all day.
And who says you got to juice them at your house?
It's real.
Well, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, but I just feel like, at some point, I bet that was part of the program of Indianapolis allowing them to put those in the city. But at some point, they'll find a way to do it without nobody getting paid.
Probably.
Like Uber going to the driverless Ubers and,
Would you get in a driverless car?
no, never. But
Rest of my
but
kids
that's not.
drive.
But it's not for us.
Huh?
It's for the millennials, man. They'll get into a car with no driver.
I don't know what generation I fit into.
You like it?
I'm on the cusp.
Yeah, you're on the cusp. But you millennials are 35 and under.
Dang it. I don't want to be a millennial.
Yeah, but
You wanted to be a Gen Xer.
I don't want to be a millennial.
You're Gen Y.
yeah, but you gotta
Okay.
think. But you gotta think. But
I can deal with that.
how many of your friends would get into a driverless Uber?
Look, well,
How many of your friends have gotten into a driverless
we
Uber?
don't have
None.
them here. We
None.
don't have them here.
She's not only here; she's got friends other
true.
places.
But none that
she
I
went to
know
a whole
of.
convention in Las Vegas.
that's true. And I did not get in a driverless Uber, but I did have a really intense cab driver.
I mean, the fact that we even got Uber, but you get in the car with a total stranger is beyond belief.
Yeah, taxi drivers are total strangers too.
Yeah, but you didn't find them on the internet. But you didn't find them on the internet.
It's true.
you
I
found,
didn't summon them.
Yeah, so you're like, hey, get in. They had to have some formal background check that was done.
I
whatever.
still think one of my favorite memes ever is like, our parents always told us not to get in cars with strangers, and now we literally summon them to come pick us up.
Yeah.
Every day.
Thing.
Yeah.
It's the new economy.
And now, Lyft got, you heard Lyft got this plan where you pay like, it's like the car plan where you pay like $20 a month, you get like 15 rides.
I did hear something like
They
that.
it's like to take you to work or something like that. They take you to and from work.
15 rats too much.
But like, okay, so if you live in the city and you work in the city, why is an Uber better than taking the bus? Like, when did the bus become a bad thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I
It's
still
perception.
jump on the
Convenience.
bus sometimes.
But honestly,
It's
if I
a bad
live
thing.
in downtown or
Where
work
I'm
downtown,
from, there's a negative connotation with the bus.
if my thing is this,
People.
Yes,
I'll be honest. If I live downtown and work downtown, they picking up my transportation every day.
I've never ridden a bus, a city
What's,
bus.
I mean-
what's the negative connotation about the bus from where
They're
you're
low-
poor.
low income.
People that ride the bus are poor. They can't afford a car. They can't afford gas. They don't have a driver's license.
It's amazing how
I've never ridden a city bus.
It's
I'll tell
amazing.
you what, I do live downtown and work down 3 miles from work and in Fall Creek Place. And it's funny, the people, as you going up, you get to that area, the people that don't, it's different sets of people.
We're doing-
Yeah, and you don't want to pay
all
for
walks
parking
of
for
life.
one. Bus pass is $50,
Right.
you might be able to find a lot that you got to walk 4 or 5 blocks from for $70-$80 a month.
But you know what's crazy? Is that perception. You say
Just telling you.
people where you live at that perception.
So,
But New York City literally have millionaires work on Wall Street, take the train
Yes.
or the bus every day.
So I have taken the metro in Europe. That's the closest I've
The
been
Metro.
to. Look, that's the closest I've been
were
to
there
public
more than 4
transportation.
brothers or sisters in your
No,
train
remember,
car?
I was so confused that there were black people in France.
Yeah, see,
I didn't
It's
know. I
right
didn't know. I
next
didn't
to
know.
Africa.
I didn't know.
So we got
It's
situations
right
now.
I
next
didn't know.
to
I didn't
Africa.
know.
Did that ruin your
There are
trip?
things called maps.
No, my mind was just blown though. They're like,
It's
whoa.
right next to
I
Africa.
didn't know there were black people in France.
There's people all over the world.
I know, but I didn't know that.
But what I'm saying, but it just shows like as you
There were
grow-
2 black people in my school.
Look at this. See, look at this. Look at this guy. See this. See, there's a thing called mind your business. I'm saying your lane. Like, yeah, yours are all neat and folded up nice and strapped down. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Why you worry about what that man doing?
What did you take a picture of?
Because he stopped and was talking to him. 'Cause I guess they had him loaded up wrong or whatever.
Oh.
Like, gone
Like-
to tell.
Man, like mind your business, man. Like they ain't got nothing to do with you, man.
Pastor Heineken, mind your business.
Hell
Mind
no.
your business, like mind. Like
He's
I wish the
mad.
world was just literally mind a business. Like
We have so many less issues.
So many less just mind your business. Stay in your lane, mind your business, man. Like, so what? He had 50 of them racked up on
He's
top.
not being fair.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is, that guy who took a picture, you ain't buying now one of these.
That guy that took a picture got a fucking participation trophy when he was 5.
Yeah, you didn't.
Everyone's a winner.
You don't
No,
work.
they're not.
You don't
No,
work.
they're not.
You don't work for the scooter people. You don't own the scooter people. You have nothing to do with the scooter people. So
Hey,
why
bro,
are you
you're not
worried?
supposed to do that.
That's Neon safety vest on and everything.
Right. Hey, no, take a picture. They ain't got nothing to do with you, man. So now all of a sudden, you're going to take a picture, dudes who like to play, he might not be able to pick him up no more. So you call this man hundreds of dollars.
Because you're bitter.
Mind your business,
Because
man.
your truck ain't as big.
Or you were so concerned with taking care of something that don't belong to you. It ain't mine. As long as they're still working, I don't care.
Right.
Stay in your lane.
I want to know
Exactly.
with them, like, if I pick up 50 and charge them all, can I drop all 50 off in one place?
Well, I know at least the youth when they tell you where to drop them off.
Okay.
But the same thing with app, you can pick the area you're going to, and like you get up early enough, you drop them downtown. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Be a cool seasonal hustle.
Who idea was that? What I want?
Yeah, what are they going to do in the winter? Do these
That's
people
what I'm
have
waiting
another
for.
job?
This better be a hustle.
They need a winter hustle.
My
An
thing is-
indoor hustle.
My thing is, who thought of the scooter idea? Period. Who idea was like, no, we're gonna jump off a bunch of scooters.
It's probably somebody out of town.
Somebody out of town.
Probably
dog.
someone. I'm going to go with someone in California.
We got the bikes and the cars. Why not do the scooters?
The scooters putting the bikes out of business.
I know.
That's because scooters are easier to ride.
You just hop on that thing, you just grab it. I'm gone. I ain't gonna pedal. I ain't gonna do. I just
We're
ride it.
lazy. Yeah, that's it. You don't have to put forth no effort.
No
Don't
effort,
sweat in
man.
your suit.
That's how
And
I
you don't
do.
even have to walk to find one because they're just randomly throughout the sidewalk.
I get all
You
work.
don't have to go to a certain place to get it.
I don't. I get. It's free ride.
Oh, you're just walking. And
They
you're
teach
like,
people to steal.
Man, I'm tired. Oh, look, a scooter.
Right.
Isn't that funny how it works?
That's exactly what it is. It's like a video game. Like, so you just
Yes.
walk around. Oh, free money. You just ride. And then the things you ain't got to change. You just drop it off and leave it.
Right. Oh, I'm at my destination.
Just drop it up. Like literally, just drop it there, and somebody else goes, "Oh, scooter."
Yes.
Hop on and go.
It's a perfect
Or-
place for someone else
That is
to pick up the scooter.
genius idea that was thought of by
We
somebody
gotta
who
get
won't
ahead
even
of
live
this
here.
movement. We gotta create something.
I bet you the kid was probably like in his 20s.
Probably.
Some tech guy in their 20s just had a bunch of scooters. Was like, no, it'd be a good idea. We just drop a shit ton of scooters off in the city. Sure would. So what? Create the app. Create an app and then people just ride for $1, and then 15 cents a
50
minute.
cents a minute.
Come on, man.
It's incredible.
Come on, man. It's an incredible hustle, yo.
Incredible.
App probably took 3 weeks to write.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know.
And then get it approved through the city.
Or not.
Or not. Probably or not. It's just a bike.
Right.
Then the city get involved. Like, you gotta wear a helmet, all that kind of goofy stuff. Because I'm an adult. Why I gotta wear a helmet?
Because everyone is soft.
I want to segue so bad, but I just refuse to wear the helmet. Yeah, I want to so bad. It'd be cool to be like ride that thing, but I'm not wearing it.
I think I would. Why are there more
Lord.
sirens again? I think I would not do well on a Segway because don't you have to kind of lean forward?
Yeah.
I would be really nervous. I would fall.
It would be
flat
cool.
on
I
my
want to ride
face.
one so bad, but I'm just not wearing the helmet. I'm just not. I rode a bike my whole life and I never put a helmet on. I done fell, I done busted my head, I done hit my head, and cut my face on it.
None of that is surprising to any of us.
No. And know what?
Darwin.
I'm here. I'm stronger. You know what? My skin is more tough because I did these things.
That's right.
These kids nowadays, these kids, their skin is like wet paper.
Yes. Wet toilet paper. I'm going to go as far as say wet toilet paper.
Yeah. 'Cause they don't do
Take
it.
your word for
Anything physical. Anything physical. I mean, not,
No, and everyone gets a trophy.
everybody gets knocked out now. Every fight I've seen. How many fights I saw in my life growing up where somebody actually got knocked out?
Seven.
I don't think I saw maybe one or two.
I didn't see too many.
I ain't doing somebody actually got and I seen jokers take blows
Yeah.
I'm talking about straight haymakers they still scrapping. Nowadays it's like every video somebody goes one hit of quitters dang dude you got a weak like glass jaw up in this glass jaw on Mike Tyson punch out. It's one hit you go to sleep.
Piston
Terrible.
Hurricane.
Terrible. Hey, folks, you listen to the Heavy Hitters
Yes.
Radio Show on Independent Radio. Yo, it's It's me, myself, DJ Long Green. We got Run, EMC, and of course LGZ and Baku. My man, Lil Boozy, riding with us. Yo, hey Jeezy, where can we be heard at?
Man, you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, man, or Stitcher Radio if you got an Android phone. Anywhere you get your podcast from, man, we on there.
Yeah,
For
buddy.
sure.
Yes, sir. And Ron, where can you catch us on social media?
We are on Instagram and Facebook at Heavy Hitters Radio Show. And we're on Twitter. This is weird. This is not the part I do. We're on Twitter at Heavy
_
Hitters.
Underscore.
That was weird. I don't like it.
You nailed it.
Moose, you got to come back.
It was wonderful. You nailed it.
Weird.
Yeah, man. So, listen, one thing we haven't gotten into, into any brews and reviews, but certainly if you want to talk about Yee.
No, we're going to.
I just want to ask you. I just want to ask the dealer. We ain't got to talk about it a long time, but this is the Kanye rant.
You will.
No, I won't. I promise I won't.
Okay.
I'll go overboard with it.
What's a long time?
I mean, now going into this,
like
we do
now-
have to say
now-
that LGZ and Baku is a bit of a Kanye apologist.
No, the point that I made, and I said it today, and I stand by it, is I have seen people saying that Kanye should just shut up and rap, or just be quiet and stop talking, and just stick to music, whatever. And I was like, it's funny when it's like we live in a world now where you can't have disagreement. Like every disagreement has to be like somebody has to just go away,
Yes,
or I can block
that's
you.
true.
Like we can't have opposing thoughts. Like somehow because Kanye
perspective is
feels the way he feels about a certain individual or a certain situation automatically makes him not black because he don't think the same way that the majority of black people think.
It's certainly not that. What's my issue is what is his end game making these silly comments? Because nothing he said.
Why are they silly? Why can't it just be his
necessarily
opinion?
Because that's my opinion of them.
Is it
Fair
right,
point.
wrong, or just different?
I personally,
I mean, I just don't think he needs to use the platforms that he does to say what he says. I mean, I think unfortunately it kind of powers the other side in terms of the white supremacy movement because his comments are a bit irresponsible.
but what is he saying that is
What if he
irresponsible?
was making comments you agreed with, though?
I mean, I still have an opinion one way or another.
So here's what
Then
I
if you was using the
heard.
platforms to use an opinion you agreed with.
So you said he was
I just
using
don't
his
think he's thinking
platforms,
about
which
the
is
greater
exactly what Cap did, which we are all on board with what he did.
And then Kaepernick,
He used his platform to make a statement
But like I
that
said,
a lot of people didn't agree with.
the point I was making today is people got mad when that lady told LeBron to shut up and dribble. It's like, because he's an athlete, he can't speak his mind. But then yet, when it's something that we disagree with, we literally say the same thing that they saying. Like it's the same thing on both sides of the fence.
I mean, but my problem
Shut Up
is-
and Sing, talking about Barbara
My problem
Streisand.
is, he's not the black representative. He doesn't necessarily speak for me. So I don't need him going out there and putting these big issues out there, and leaving me to answer questions or deal with the perception because somebody took what he said differently than how he intended to say it.
That's the point I was
Or
saying.
what it's supposed to mean.
And that was the point I was making a couple of weeks ago. Is like we got to get past the point where either one black person speaks for the whole culture,
Exactly.
which is like we got to get away from that because Trump don't speak for all white people. Let's be clear. Like there are more angry pilgrims than there are us. Mad at this dude that he's president. Man, you can tell because if you look at the White House lawn when it comes to protesters, yeah, we ain't out there protesting. They out there protesting. I see signs up. We ain't never out there doing anything as far as protesting or marching and all that kind of stuff. Like, that ain't us. We ain't out there doing that. There's a bunch of them out there doing that. So, the point I'm trying to make is like, this dude gonna do what he gonna do. He gonna say what he gonna say. And that's fine. If that's his truth, then so be it.
Yeah, but here's the thing with me is, we always talk about freedom of speech. But what freedom of speech really protects is the opinions you don't agree with.
That's the way it seems.
Now, personally, I can't stand Kanye, but I think he got the right to say what he said, whether I agree with it or not. That's what we always talk about, freedom of speech and protect. We don't. Yeah, if we all agree and have one big monolithic thought, yeah, it's great. But as soon as somebody says something different from the narrative, they wrong.
My problem is, we get put into a position, by the media unfairly where they
Preach.
do paint somebody as our particular voice of our community So when Kanye West says things that
Remember
we
when
deem
it was
as
Bill
questionable but sound good to, the pilgrims, it becomes a problem because that's the only face you see, as far as representation of who we are. So that's my problem with it.
My thing is like, when it comes to the whole Trump thing in general, like somehow his presidency, it started with Obama, but everybody in our culture was on the side of Obama. Like this Trump thing is not new. It's not new as far as like how the country was been divided. When Obama was in office, but it's just the majority of people that we interact with was all on the side of Obama, so it seemed like everything was peachy creamy, and they was against.
He was in the echo chamber.
Yeah, so and they was against him, but then once the pendulum swung to the other side, we still on the same side, but now we like, we all point a finger at Trump. We said the same things they said about Obama. He ain't our president.
Yep.
He ain't the same thing.
I mean, the rhetoric is similar.
It's the same, but it's just on the opposite side. Like everything that we say is the same thing. And the thing is, like at some point you got to stand back and say, okay, wait a minute. Am I in some type of simulation? Because like we're trained puppies, all doing the same thing that they was doing 8 years ago. We're doing it today. The same exact thing.
Years ago, just go all the way back to at least Adams.
Yeah, but I'm talking about as far as when Obama was president, like black people, we was all like, even though he didn't necessarily do a whole lot, for the culture, let's just be real. But I mean, but just the fact of him being in that office was big for a lot of people.
Stone, right?
Was a stepping stone. I mean, for a lot of people. But then now, once Trump was gone, but the thing, I said on the show, if we felt so good about having a black president, there was one running. We just couldn't get behind it. We just chose not to. You know what his name was? He was a Republican, but the doctor, Ben Carson.
Yep.
He was there.
Yeah.
The Republican Party they put him there on purpose because it was like, you know what? We want him to black vote. He was there, but what did we do? Oh, he wasn't cool. He didn't have swag. His wife wasn't, I see the memes, they showed Michelle Obama said that she's DirecTV. His wife is cable, I see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I seen the memes. We could have had 12, I said in the podcast, 12 years of brother. We could have had it. 12 years. We could have put Ben Carson through there. They would have voted for him because they just want the Republican.
Alan Keyes back in the day?
Huh?
Alan Keyes back in the day?
He was there. But what did we do? No, we're cool. We got Hillary. We got Bernie. You know what I mean? So again, we went against our own beliefs anyway. If it was that, if we went on the whole just because he's black.
You preaching now?
You know what I'm saying? But we didn't want that. So then what we did? We didn't vote.
I remember when Obama wasn't black enough.
Hello.
When he
Remember Jesse Jackson?
Huh?
Remember Jesse Jackson? Remember all that stuff? Yeah.
88. Yep.
Come on, man. But we are our own worst enemy, man, because we continually hate on each other, man. Even with the Cat Williams, switching gears, the Cat Williams and
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart stuff. I think to myself, Cat Williams, if I see you, Kevin, I'm gonna whoop your ass and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. Cat Williams, there's a video of you getting punked down by a 13-year-old.
Yeah, kid.
Kid.
Cat Williams also said he beat Kevin Hart at basketball, which I feel like Cat Williams is smaller.
They're about
than
the same
Kevin
size.
Hart.
Yeah, but physique.
I just feel like he's so tiny.
They both tiny, but Kevin Hart,
Yes,
but my thing is
Cat Williams
like
is so tiny.
why you got these two comedians against each other, which not even they in the same field, but they're not in competition. Because last time I checked, Cat Williams ain't got no movie coming out this weekend.
Nah.
So
Wow.
So why you mad at this dude for getting paper? Why you mad at him for? If anything, you should call and say, look, man, we should go on tour together. Let's put something together and go out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I open up. I mean, swallow your pride because you still don't get paid.
That might be the end goal.
I mean, but from his perspective, he says he's getting paid anyway, and he owns all his material.
We hear 361 talking about it, though.
Huh?
I said, we sitting here at 361 talking about it, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I just don't understand, man. Like, just, I'm going to still buy Kanye music. Well, the streaming, I don't buy nobody music, really. So I'm still streaming. I'm going to still listen to it. I'm not going to be like, Kanye ain't black because he feels a certain way. That's his opinion, man. He feels that way, then he's entitled to feel how he feel, man. Whether I agree with or disagree,
Exactly.
I always felt like black people in general vote against their beliefs anyway.
Preach.
What do you mean?
Black people by nature are conservative. By nature.
Thank you.
I give you an example.
Give me an example.
When they come to gay marriage, you know what black people think? Marriage between a man and a woman. 90% of black people, even they got a gay uncle or gay cousin, 90% of black people believe marriage between a man and a woman. Most black people think that I got mine. Maybe it's a song. I got mine. You better get yours. And then, remember that song?
Yep.
I got mine. You better get yours. That's
Capitalism.
That's a conservative way of thinking. If you see a homeless person on the street, it needs some change, and you really wants to get a job, which all black people have said that. Like McDonald's hiring, we all heard that. Guess what that is? That's a conservative way of thinking because conservatives feel the same way. Get a job. So we think the same way, but it's just the Democrats was cool. Bill Clinton was playing the saxophone. Oh, I smoke weed, but I ain't in hell. Oh man, he one of us. Then what he do? Put everybody in jail.
But the problem is, we like what we can hear and what we can see. And if you have a party that's intentionally going out of their way to show you, hey, I'm about you, even though that's not necessarily the case, but if they're at least showing you, if you've got a whole nother side that doesn't even come to your community or express any care or concern.
But the thing is, here's the thing, D-Lo. They you know what it is? They don't, what Republican Party don't do, they're a bunch of old people. But they're a bunch of
stereotype too.
Huh?
That's a stereotype.
I mean, for what we see on TV, but what I'm saying is like they're not the hip or cool party.
Like
They conservative, so it's like
like Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden. They young and hip and cool.
No, but and Hillary Clinton is definitely not for black people. Don't let it fool you. But and also, don't black people like going to church and praise God and all that kind of stuff? Don't we do that? Yeah. So the conservatives. So again, they are the party of Lincoln, which everybody want to quote Lincoln. They're the party of Lincoln, was Republican. But somewhere along the line, the Democratic Party was loose. They was like, you know what? We got to figure out how to get this vote. So they became hip and cool and got our votes. Now what they're doing is they transitioned it from us because we're not the second minority. We're not the minority no more.
Nope.
It's Hispanics.
Yep.
It's not like
they the major minority.
Forget us. Now we're going towards them because you know what? They're the major minority, and so they vote. If I can get they vote, and black people don't even show up to vote, so we really don't even matter.
If you get them and the gay vote,
you win. And they know that. You know that. That's why Obama put all these initiatives in place because we don't show up to vote. If we voted more, and a number showed that we voted more, then everybody would care about us. But if you don't
register to vote.
Yeah, but if you don't vote, you don't matter.
But
period.
vote too. It's not enough to
register.
register.
Yes, but registration deadline is around the corner.
God, I never forget. I had this kid ask me when I was doing the juvenile work. We drove to a nice neighborhood. He was like, Mr. Jones, why this neighborhood got a nice park? I said, because they vote. He's like, well, I said, yeah. I said, because as a politician, I get numbers. I get polling numbers. And I got a certain amount of money for my campaign I can spend. So if I look at Fishers and Carmel and see, okay, they got 99% turnout. I look at Hallville, they got like a 2% turnout. Well, where am I gonna spend my money at? The people who influence my getting in office or not. If you don't turn out, then I'm not spending no money. Because it don't matter. You don't matter because you're not even showing up so you don't even care about yourself. So why am I gonna care about you if you don't care about yourself? So I'm gonna spend my money with these people because they care about me. I might drive through your neighborhood and try to get that 2%, but it don't matter. It don't matter. So
that happens less and less.
Huh?
That happens less and less. They using metrics to do everything now.
Yeah, they know who's showing up. So the school, when your school ain't got funding, why? Because when the meetings here is like 10 people here, let them have some of their school. 400 people outside, march, protest, everything. Yeah, we don't care. But we gonna complain it. We gonna get on Facebook, writing a post, complaining, getting the 100 likes and comments. We ain't going out doing nothing. You know, when Cap took the knee, everybody was like, "Oh man, I'm down with Cap." Yeah, what are you doing? Like, what's next? You know, Tony Dungy had an excellent response. He had the best response of everybody I heard. He said if Cap was on his team, the first time he took a knee, he would go to him and say, all right, this is what I want to do. I'm going to take 15 minutes of my weekly press conference to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So you tell me what you want to talk about in the first 15 minutes of my press conference. That's what I'll talk about. Or I'll give you that platform to talk about it. That should be the next step. Has anybody taken him up on that? Has anybody taken anybody up on that? No.
Nope.
It's easy to complain, man. You got to put it into action.
Real spill.
But anyway, I wasn't going to say on the long. Bruising reviews real quick, then we get up out of here.
Yeah, man. It's about that time, too, man.
Yeah.
So.
I got some real quick bruising reviews.
Go
Yo,
for it.
first run, you got to tell us what Bruiser reviews are.
Yes.
Bruiser Reviews is the heavy hitters rating system. It is a reverse rating system, so the more brews that it takes you to get through something, the more terrible it is. So 1 to 3 brews, pretty good. 6,
That not so much.
kind of awful.
Not so much.
9 or more,
You could be on the Supreme Court.
Right. I like beer.
there you go.
Like beer. I want to review Bruce review on the Carter 5, yo.
I'm with that.
Okay.
I seen a lot of people hating on Lil Wayne, saying the album was garbage, and I was thinking to myself, like, what album was you listening to?
I liked it. I thoroughly. It's at least number 2 for me as far as all the Wayne albums.
It's a thoroughly well put, the beats, the lyric. It is a well put together album, and I'm like, how can you say this is trash? Like, what about the beats are money?
Oh
I
yeah,
will
he's got
listen
good
to it,
melodies
like, you know.
in
The
there.
melodies, the song with him and Kendrick.
I like it,
The-
man. It's strong.
You know, I'm 1.5, 2 brews.
I will have to listen to it.
I mean, it's the song Uproar when it first comes on.
Oh man, it goes into it,
Oh,
man.
oh.
That song has got crazy energy.
I was like, yo, I can hear this in the club. And granted, it's a special delivery beat, kind of with a little.
Oh, but it goes though.
Oh
still.
man, it is. You hear that? I mean, you can't help but move.
Right, exactly.
You can't help but move.
Yeah, man. I had a gig on Friday, and like before I left for it, like I made sure that I downloaded everything I could, Wade, just to have it on deck because it came out that day, man, and it rocked. Completely rocked.
You played the Uproar?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know they went crazy. The song, and people was like, oh, it's weird. I'm like, how? Like, what are you listening to? You know, I know one of the criticisms on Wayne is he metaphor heavy. That's one of the criticisms I hear a lot, but
Well,
He's kind of a punchline rapper, but
yeah, I mean, but that's his style. I mean, he's been that way since he was
since Gilly the Kid.
right, literally since he was a kid rapping. You know, so I thought it was. What you think about it?
I mean, I definitely dug it, man. I'm still on listen about 1.5 at this point, so I got to listen to it a couple more times. But I usually don't like stuff off of the first listen, but I definitely dug Wayne off of the first listen, so I think it's only going to get better for me. So probably next week I'll end up brewing reviewing the Lil Wayne album myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
See, I'm like you. I used to go to. I remember the first time I listened to Kendrick, I didn't really like it. Then I came back. I was like, you know what? I was wrong. Give it a second listen. But the Wayne album, like the beats, all his beats is flaming. You got a couple of songs. Obviously, it ain't 12 for 12. I mean, there's a couple of songs you're like, all right, skip. But then he hit the stretch where you might have 4 or 5 songs. You go on a run, bro. You get 4 or 5 songs in a row where you're not even hitting that button.
I mean, that's great anymore. You know, and it's rare in today's time for people even to put together solid albums because they're just worried about singles. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think overall as a body of work, what I've heard so far, man,
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it better than Drake's album. People are like, oh, Drake best album all the time. I'm like, nah, man, Drake, the whole second half of that CD is...
So far, I like it better than Drake's album myself.
The whole second half of the CD of Drake, he got 20 songs and half of them I would never listen to again. But we hear his singles, which is hot, but it's like, no, that's like 3 songs, man. He got 20.
Right.
There ain't nobody bumping them other 20, them other 17. They won't even make it. They gonna keep playing them in my feelings. Because everybody do the dance, but then when that's played over, then ain't none of his slow song, ain't none of them sound good to me on the Drake album.
Nah, I'm pretty cool on Drake, but his singles just, you know, they
club
absolutely go.
bangers.
And then his verses on other people's stuff absolutely go. You know, and so I like Drake, but I'm not necessarily a fan of his albums. The only Drake album I've ever liked, you know, and it's almost 5 mics for me, was If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, man. Outside of that,
Which one? What cover is that?
that's the one with
It
the
looks like
the white cover
serial
with
killer
the
handwriting.
yeah.
I don't even remember that one. My favorite Drake album is probably his second one.
Or it looks like the Chick-fil-A cow signs.
I like the one. Is that the one with 0 to 100?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that one was pretty cool. But I like the one he did where it's kind of him sitting at a table, the brown with the little part in his head. That's when like his first album, second album.
Yeah.
You know.
Whoa, it's Scooter Central out here. Sorry. I'll do the moose turn.
Oh, they got lights,
since he's
too?
not here. Yeah, you have to safely ride it in the street because you're actually supposed to ride it in the street, I guess.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
This is a whole brigade.
Can you get a DUI on the scooter?
I would think so.
Okay. So, anybody else got any bruising reviews they saw outside of the Bears?
Yeah, man. I did get to hear an album. The new Currency joint, Fire in the Clouds, man. I'm really a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of Currency songs that I like. He's my favorite artist, I can't lie. But this particular album, I think, kind of took me back to kind of that Ski Beach sound from the Pilot Talk series. So it was cool to have a lot more melody back in his music. And the flow is what you expect from Currency. So, man, I got to give that about one brew.
That's what's up.
I am going to start watching the Ozarks. I haven't watched it yet, so I can brew.
Disney.
I had to finish Last Chance U. I was so invested in, honestly, I want to watch it again because I was so invested in that show, and I'm distraught that it's over, and I'm distraught at some of their...
I guarantee you will watch Ozarks in 3 days.
Okay, well, that's fine, because I'm going to have...
I guarantee, once you cut it on, you can't cut it off.
There's also this new
I did 5
movie.
episodes in a row.
There's also this new movie on Netflix that I'm going to watch, and I will let you know. So by next... maybe.
You have season 1 done by next week. If you watch one episode of Ozark, because it ropes you in like immediately. It's like...
That's how I felt with Last Chance U. And I
Yeah, I got a confession to make.
What's that?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you all finish.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, no, I don't generally watch a ton of TV, but there was a time in my life where I did watch plenty of TV, and so I found myself scrolling a couple days ago, the On Demand, and I saw that there was a new season
of Keeping Up with Kardashians, and you watched it.
Of Jersey Shore.
Yes, that's even better.
Did you watch it?
GTL.
Bro, I'm on like the second to last episode in a couple of days. Like, it was everything I loved about Jersey Shore back in the day, minus the whoring because the chicks are married now. But outside
You're watching
of that,
the family reunion?
Wait. So it's a new,
they're
it's
Miami
a new Jersey
right
Shore,
now.
or is it?
No,
it's
same
the
cast.
same cast.
It's a reunion. It's
Yeah.
a family reunion.
And you watch? How many did you watch?
Man, there's about 12 episodes.
How many did you-
I'm on like 11
Yes.
since yesterday.
I love it. I love it.
Terrible, man. It's terrible. It's garbage TV, but it's exactly
It
the
ropes
reason
you
why I
in.
don't want to watch TV. Yeah.
It ropes you.
Oh, man, it's too easy.
You know what, man?
I'm simple-minded enough to appreciate it. I hate that.
So I can't get into none of the love in hip hops. The only love in hip hop or love in basketball everyone ever watched was when Eric Williams threw that cup of coffee, that water in his girl's face, and she was bad, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But that episode, he
Yeah,
came
she
in.
is.
When he came in fresh out some strange, he was like, you know what? You can have all this. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool with all this. You can have this place. You can take this, but you ain't taking that. But you can have all that. That's cool. And straight walked out. You can tell he was like feeling himself. He just got some, came.
Insane.
Nah, he broke. You know what I'm saying? Got no money.
I mean, but it was so weak. Why would you throw water on a woman, man?
Well, she asked for it. That's why you do it. I just want to see Ron's face.
I got nothing for you, man. I think that's weak. I think there's other ways
Oh, gosh.
to be vindictive. I don't necessarily want to throw
It's for
water on a
TV. It's for
woman's
TV,
face.
man. I think it was more like
Now, I know some
champagne.
asshole cats that would do it.
Oh,
I personally wouldn't do it.
cats, man. You know what, man? Jesus is not above doing it. Personally,
Of course you're not.
we in the show with them. I'm gonna tell a story. When I was in college,
Please. Please
There
tell
was-
us another.
this
when
was-
I was in my prime
This-
playing
this- this-
college
this is-
sports.
this
college
is
music
This is the
story.
moment I knew I was like, you know what, man, I need to chill. I had an epiphany. I said, no, I need to chill because I'm doing too much. It was at a party. I said, chick I want to talk to. I walk up to her like, hey, how you doing? She was like, psh, that's what this was in. Psh. I was like,
He put his hand in my
hand
face.
in my face, and I was like, as the words came out of my mouth,
Oh,
I was
gosh.
like, I can't believe I just said that. Number one, I was like, you know who I am? Which I was really nobody, but you know, I was feeling myself. So I go back to my boys. Yo, she gotta go. She gotta go. Which one? Right there, pink shirt. She gotta go. All right. So a couple minutes later, they get some beers. We'll go to her. Take your ass back to the dorms.
Yeah, I mean,
They poured their
I would
beer on
pour.
her.
Of course.
I would
Alcohol
probably pour
abuse.
a drink on a woman before I threw it in her face.
Yeah, but
I
it was
just
like-
think that looks catty.
But it was like, take your ass back to the dorm. She's like, and then she left. That's when I realized, like, know what, man? I got too much power here, yo.
I've
Great
definitely.
power comes greatness.
Yeah, right. I had that, the Spider-Man. I was like, you know what? I can't be doing this. I need to be for the people. But she did put a hand in my face. I felt some kind of way. That was 20-year-old Jesus.
Still, man, I just
Not
think
much
it's
has
different
changed.
than splashing
So,
somebody in the
so,
face.
so,
man.
so basically, what D-Lo was telling us is he had beer with a girl before.
Man, I've done some.
So, Ron, what's the worst thing you've done to a guy? Call the police.
No.
Yeah,
Can't
man.
talk
I've
pending
never.
litigation.
Well,
That's a great
so I've
way.
never called the police.
Okay.
I did have to sue one of my exes.
What? What's something that you gave to him that you wanted back?
What?
Yeah,
No.
that's exactly what happened.
No. Do you want to know?
Yeah. I'm curious why you suing.
We're not ending the show yet. So,
We
once
got
upon a
something to
time.
revisit too.
No. Okay. Once upon a time, I made great choices in my life, and so my boyfriend at the time was like, he was a huge Notre Dame fan, and one of my best friends is a huge Notre Dame fan, and I was like, cool. Like, he said, hey, I can get you guys tickets. My sister goes to St. Mary's, which was true. Mm-hmm. We can just use her student discount. Mm-hmm. We're like, cool. So we give him this money, like a large group of us. Mm-hmm. Give him $300 maybe for 2 different games, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
$300 a piece?
No, altogether.
Damn.
Okay.
So game day rolls around.
That's
so
the player price.
it's like, you know, we're the game is around the corner. My friend's like, hey, have you got the tickets yet? I'm like, no. At this point, he and I were no longer dating, but
Damn, how far? Didn't make it the whole season?
so we have known each other for a really long time, and so at that point, I was still trying to be civil, and so I was like, no, I don't have tickets yet. Long story short, he is a drug addict, and so he relapsed. He used that money to
Score dope.
Yep. And so his dad actually ended up paying us back. But so we did sue him in that process to get the money back.
For $300.
right, and there was a large group of you for 2 games. Damn.
How large was this
So
group?
Yeah, everybody get $10.
we were poor college
I
students.
was like, what game you going to? I mean, a large group of...
We were poor college students.
You heard
So
Good to be true.
me? You heard me when I said each? She said $300. I was like,
we
each?
were poor
No.
college students. So
Total.
Oh, so y'all...
maybe it was more than that. I don't
All
know.
So y'all
of us.
sued this dude for $300.
It might have been more than that. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, so in Indiana, so this is what I learned through this process. In the state of Indiana, you can sue someone for up to 3 times the amount that they owe you.
Small claims.
Yes. So we did. His dad called me. He's like, hey, like, what's going on? And so I actually explained to him, and I was like, we really just want our money back, but in the state of Indiana, I can sue for up to 3 times the amount. So we did. I was like, but really, like, we just need our money back, please.
That's petty, man.
So we did sue him. Yep.
That's
That-
petty.
so that's
Wow,
the
that is
closest I have been to calling
This
the cops
must have been a
on
group
someone.
of women.
Yeah, I already said that. I felt like I said that.
Ask that question.
I mean, of course.
Like the entire group.
So
yeah.
yes,
There was not one nut in the group.
Right.
there was nope.
There's a bunch of extras.
Yeah, because that's
Yes.
a very woman scoring thing to
So
do.
we did.
They not let it ride.
You know what? We got our money back,
Of
and
course
all was
you
well
did.
with the world.
No, they didn't let that ride at all.
Of
Like
course
most
you did.
brothers, be like, man, we got to charge it to the gang. They know it. Man, you only gave me $10. Man, you only gave me $10. You had over $10.
Right.
Maybe it was 1,000. I don't know. It was
Even if it's
not
1,000.
worth. It was not worth the headache and stress that I had that came along with that. But that was the closest I've ever been to calling the cops on someone.
So if
Okay.
it was $1,000, I mean, 10 people give you $100. Y'all was bitching about $100.
At this point in my life, I'd be like, whatever. It's not worth it.
But back then,
for
it
a
meant
college
everything.
student, I
She
needed
couldn't-
every cent.
She can let that ride for nothing.
Hey,
Nope.
man, I just want to go back to the conversation 2 weeks ago where we
Yeah,
had the
all I'm
random
saying
game
is
show.
if I was going to call
Listen,
the cops on anyone, it would have been you.
Listen, I don't know how. Peep the scene, folks. So this is the setup. We worked together. We had seen each other a couple times. Coffee machine,
No.
quick conversation.
No, she bends over to the coffee machine every time you walk in. She always manages to find a way to bend over in front of you.
Okay, we'll go with that too. But then later on in the day, we ended up seeing each other around the office. After that, the whole team went out for drinks of some sort. Then while she was out, I caught her dancing. She said she wanted to hang out a while, so I asked her if she wanted to go to the club so I could watch her dance with me.
No, that's not what you said.
What did I say that would lead you to call the cops?
You said that you wanted to watch me twerk like a stripper or something along those lines.
Okay, we were out. We weren't at work.
It's weird. It was weird.
And you was dancing like a stripper.
Nope, I was not. Don't do that.
I caught you dancing. In this particular scenario, I caught you
fake
dancing.
Fake news.
And
that's fake news.
And you're going to call the cops because I said I want to see you
dance like a stripper.
Yeah.
Dance like a stripper.
Yes.
When he was dancing like a stripper.
I wasn't.
It's like Chris Rock
fake
says.
News.
Regardless,
you say in a whole uniform.
Why would you call the cops though?
Okay.
As opposed to just saying I'm good.
In all honesty, I wouldn't call the cops on that situation. However, Jeezy said, "Who are you putting in jail?" And so, of the three, I chose you because your comments were the creepiest of anyone's.
All he did was
That's
dancing
why.
like a stripper.
No, it was uncomfortable.
It's like
we had already been drinking.
Right, if I stand right here and I have on a uniform, a police officer uniform, somebody's getting mugged. Somebody gonna look at me and say, "Officer, will you help?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not an officer."
No,
why
I
you
wasn't
on an
dancing
officer
like
uniform?
a stripper.
Why you officer? Why you on an officer uniform? I don't know. I just wear this kind of stuff. That's what I wear.
Because it's Halloween every day in my world.
But if you're a woman and you wearing a stripper uniform, I can't assume you're a hoe.
Which is no clothes.
No, like
What's a stripper uniform look like?
a lot of revealing stuff.
Well,
Titties halfway out, the cleavage low, your boobs up here. But I'm supposed to ignore that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest, man. The Muslim men have it right on certain things. Like, you know what?
Oh, Lord.
You know how the Muslim men had women wear the sheets? It's to protect themselves.
I thought you said moose and me at
No,
first.
Muslim.
Okay, I get it now.
Muslim.
With the headdress,
Muslim
I was
men
all caught up.
have it correct. That's why the women wear the little headdress. It's to protect the men from themselves.
That's smart.
Yeah, it's like they know if I can't see you, I won't want you like that. And that's why they do it. That's really what they. And then some of them was like,
conservative women.
And then some of them like, I don't even want to see your eyes. I don't want you with a whole. I don't want you to see nothing. You know what? That might be JC material, JO material when I go home.
Conservative women.
Yeah, but now in America they wear all up here, booty swinging. The shoes say, "Hey, shout, hey, red." Now all of a sudden I'm me too, because you wore the whole. If I go on any corner, the whole uniform, they wearing the same outfit you got on, but I can't talk to you.
Huh.
Got to DM them.
Women ask to be raped based on what they're wearing.
That's it.
Great.
But that's what women do. That's what women do. Nobody said rape. What I say? I said cat call.
Right.
Hey, how you doing there, Red? And she went from hey, Red to he's raping me. Like that has never came. I've never said anything about
straight assault.
All I'm saying
that's
is
how women
earlier I tried
D-Lo, that's a prime example. You see how they do?
Earlier I tried to have this conversation with you and you shut me down, so I'm bringing it back up.
Right. You realize you went straight from hey Red
to victim
to rape. That's a huge that's not even a jump. That's like taking an airplane from New York to California.
You cannot assume someone wants something based on what they're wearing. People assume all the time that somebody's a lesbian because of how they're dressed. That's not fair either. You can't assume anything based on how they're dressed. So you're going to
Andrea
assume.
Costran.
You are going to assume
if I see a chick
that
with
it's
a bald
okay
fade
to say something
and a throwback, I can't assume she's gay.
You're a horrible
So
human.
wait a minute. So she got a throwback. Her hat's like this.
Yeah.
She got a bald fade. And
She's
cool. She's wearing an Allen Iverson jersey.
Yes.
Boy, I'm telling you.
She's a stay-at-home soccer mom.
With sweats.
And Timbos.
And one leg pulled up. So it's safe to assume that me and her ain't shopping for the same piece of meat. I can't assume that.
No.
Or if I see a dude, that his hair is like feathered to the side and you just use the term feather. He walks a certain way, so I can assume that he's like.
I wish y'all could see the walk.
I know, coming from LGZ, that was great.
So I can't assume. I just can't assume that based on what she's wearing.
You can't assume that a woman wants something based on what she's wearing.
Women always want attention. Always. I ain't met a woman yet that don't like attention. Not one. Not one. All women want attention, especially when they're a room of men.
All attention is not the same.
Yeah, you wear certain clothes for attention. Like, you know what? Having there is no reason to have your titties out unless you want people to look at them. It don't make you more smarter. It don't make you more dumber. It makes you more attractive to who? Somebody.
More smarter and
Yeah.
more dumber.
So if dudes walk around with their nut hanging out, it's like, if women was attracted to that, dudes would do it all day long.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
If women,
I'm like so uncomfortable by it. All I can do is laugh because that's gross and awkward.
if women found that attractive, dudes would do it all day long. They would do it
All the time.
all the time, all the time. But y'all don't find that attractive. We different. We don't find that attractive. So what y'all find attractive is our cars. That's why dudes drive nice cars for the most part, because women find that attractive. Your car or this or that. So that's what we do. Beards. Why beards are in? Because women like beards now.
Facial hair?
Yeah, facial hair. Women love facial hair. So why is facial hair in now? Because women like it.
It's also
The second women say, I don't really like
October.
that facial hair, everybody's shaving their face. Everybody's going to shave.
Yeah.
Speaking of facial hair, are you guys doing beards for breast cancer?
No. I'm done. I'm
already
done
there.
supporting. I'm done supporting. Because
Wow.
you know what? No, breast cancer ain't even the number one killer of women. It's cancer. It's not even the number one. But because it's
Heart
boobs.
disease.
Cancer. I'm talking cancer. Form of cancer. That's not even the number one form of cancer that kills women.
What is it?
I think it's like lung cancer. The lung cancer number one. But because it's boobs, so you want me to care about your boobs now? But
Also, PSA: men can get breast cancer.
yeah, we do that. Hold on, Ron.
I'm not telling
D-Lo.
you.
So the Me Too movement wants to care about breast cancer, which is boobs, for 1 month. But then the other month, I gotta ignore them. I can't see them. I can't look at them. I can't want them.
And it's certainly not going to make a month for us.
We got
Movember.
Movember.
How many of them supported?
Not one of them grow a
I'm gonna go with
mustache.
Nan.
Matter of fact, they did. The NFL ain't putting it on the.
We got Movember.
Yeah, we got Movember. We're gonna grow a mustache from Movember.
I can't.
We can change it. We got some hormones now.
No, I don't want one.
Man, we got to wrap up, man. Little Boozy, man. Anything going on, man? Anything you want to say before we out of here?
Of course, I'm gonna get my plug for October 16th. Indiana Commission on Social Status of Black Males having a Men's Day and Youth Day at the Government Center. So I'd like everybody to come out to that.
All right. Run EMC.
Yes. So happy to see you guys on this marvelous Tuesday.
Likewise.
Next Tuesday, I'll be even more happy.
Yay.
Yeah.
Something happening between.
No, I just get to take a nap during the day, which I don't get to do very often.
Oh,
and
fall
that
break.
Would be delightful.
Congratulations. Sounds like coaches next week.
All right, fall break. All right, you want to get paid for you having days off. All right, man, we wrap it up.
LGC and Baku.
I love you, but I
Look.
also want to punch you in the throat.
I don't know. G's gonna try to be out of town this weekend, man. Barely
dig that, man. That's-
get off week, man. So I might hit up Denver, man.
That's kind of your thing, man. Ooh, enjoy that, brother.
Yeah,
Enjoy that.
See if I can get something back on the plane for you.
All right, folks. We are the Heavy Hitters Radio Show on
He didn't
Independent
even say that.
Radio.
He didn't.
He didn't even hear me say it.
It's cool. We'll talk about it after the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, man. So, yeah, we're going to get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Moose is not here to
You
do
do
this.
the
So,
we are-
okay,
we
bye. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's where I was going with this at some point. Got off track. Yeah, so we are where you are.
To get comfortable.
Come on in.